You're tuned in to the Red Zone Blitz.
Here we go.
The home for all things NFL and college football.
Ready?
What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
So
It's already March. I can smell it in the air. There's blossoms and I guess the sound of NFL free agency, March Madness brackets slowly starting to churn out. Brandon's a happy man. His team, they're doing well.
They are
Duke's having a great time.
fucking player of the year, rookie of the year, coach of the year, defensive player of the year, all ACC. Let's fucking go.
Hey, it's a great old time. If you're new here, you might be like, who the hell are these people? We're a Canadian football podcast that runs all year round. Yep, you heard it. We'll be here all year round. Sometimes we won't talk about football. We might talk about some other stuff that's going on in the world. Talk about our quarterbacks calling off their weddings 1 month before they're supposed to get married. That will happen.
is that going to mess him up for the season? Then?
Oh, we'll
Fuck
talk
no,
about
he's gonna go off.
I think
he's
it's
gonna
a
go
revenge
fucking
tour.
off.
It's a revenge tour.
He's going to throw for 6,000 yards. It's going to be a beautiful
Off,
sight.
or is he going to like walk away?
Oh,
Have a
dear.
bad
Oh
season.
dear. Oh dear. Don't say that. But if you're new here, my name's G. I'm joined by,
Brandon, what's up? What's up?
My name's Matt.
KK.
and we're hosts of the Red Zone Blitz podcast. So, fellas, it's like we had this whole thing planned where we were supposed to, we were going to have a nice, calm discussion about which player is going to go where. And then we were going to come back on Thursday. We're going to record a reaction to, oh, this is where so-and-so went. Da, 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 da. And the NFL just decided to fuck us and say, you know what? Let it ride. I actually had to search up the rules because I'm like, doesn't the official period begin on Wednesday?
Yeah, well,
That's the tampering phase
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
funny.
It's
It's
illegal
not like the other
tampering phase or
sports.
whatever.
it's really funny for us on the West Coast too, though, because I woke up early at like 5 o'clock for work, and I'm driving to work, and then I get to work early, and I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this shit's blowing up, and I'm texting you boys like, guys, wake the fuck up, like,
Yeah, like look at what the fuck's happening.
look what's happening in the NFL on the East Coast, and sure enough, like, fuck,
So-
shit ton of stuff happened.
We'll start with quarterbacks. So we'll start there. You had Malik Willis going from the Packers to the Dolphins. 3 years, $67.5 million, $45 million guaranteed at signing. You know what? Good for you. That's a hefty amount to pay, but I'm glad he's getting a shot. And I think Miami's trying to see if they can find their Seattle Geno Smith resurgence thing going on there. Miami torched $99 million in dead cap space on Tua and then committed $45 million guaranteed to a quarterback with 3 career starts on the same day. Fellas, is this the most reckless QB decision of the decade, or this is calculated stuff from Miami?
I mean, that's a decision. Like, that is a decision, man. Like, the amount of money you're throwing away,
But
and
it's
that's,
kinda
and that's
calculated.
guaranteed too. But at the same time, that's a decision they made and saying, fuck it, we're getting out of this.
But they also got the Green Bay coaches over there. Now.
That's what I mean.
That's
So
why
they're
they're
familiar
little-
with them, but still, like, that's
I think it's just such a small sample size. Like, you guys remember Matt Flynn in Green Bay when
Yeah.
he had that like 1-2 big games, he had like 6 touchdowns, I think he threw, and then he cashed in big time. I feel like it's the same thing with Willis. I mean, you only played 22 games, started 6 games. I just think it's so shocking to me. I think Dolphins overpaid, in my opinion. I don't think they should have paid more than $20 million a year for this guy.
Yeah, but it's also different because the coaches are there that
It-
saw him all season long.
That
That-
might have
that
been a
is
big
true.
selling point, I think. I think there's
I
a
think
lot
that
of
was.
there's going to be people in the camp and like Dolphins fans, hit us up, Red Zone Blitz Podcast at gmail.com. Tell us how you feel. There's going to be people that are going to be out there saying they should have drafted a quarterback, and they still might draft
Oh,
a
I think
quarterback.
they still will.
They might go out and they might draft the Nussmeyers or somebody else in the later rounds. But what I think this does is it gives them a sense of familiarity. Like, there's a guy that they know can, like, you know what, he can read this offense. He can, he knows the plays, he knows the cadences. He's gonna go in there and he's gonna have a great time running RPOs with Devon A. Chain. That's gonna be a real fun time for all parties involved. And you know what? they have Jalen Waddle has a chance to prove himself as a number one wide receiver. He's played under the shadows of Tyreek Hill and gotten hurt the entire time. What does that do for your confidence? But we talked about this in November, December. Miami had a decision to make. Are they going to bite the bullet now, or are they going to go in and they're going to pay Tua to sit on the bench? And they said, nope, we're going to pay him to go play football somewhere else, fellas.
But $100 million in dead cap. I mean, yeah, you get to split it over 2 years, but still, like, that's guaranteed money too, right? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, that just goes to show you, like, there's apparently Serena Williams owns as a minority investor in the Miami Dolphins. So maybe that's where all this money's coming from. She's doling in the cash. Also, Lin Bin and Joe Tsai are also minority investors. So you have some big players. I'm like, well, I guess they don't care now. I was going to be like, if this is like the Jones family, they're going to be hurting for years. Like, they're going to be like, God damn it, where are we going to come from? But they've got money coming from different avenues and sources. So that makes it a little bit better. Now what happened to the big man that was on the campus? Tua Tagovailoa, $53 million a year franchise quarterback to a vet minimum in one offseason. Is this the steepest fall from grace in the recent NFL memory, or did the concussion history make this inevitable?
well, it's a 1 year deal, right? So it's a 1 year prove it deal, prove that he can still play. But it's really not, because he's getting that money, that 54 million, he's getting paid from the Dolphins. It's guaranteed money. So he can sign. That means nothing to him what he signs for, because he's getting his $53 million. But what it does is there's no cap hit on Atlanta. So it gets Atlanta the flexibility to go out and make more moves.
Sorry, I forgot to mention. Yes, Tua is going to Atlanta to play with the other left-handed quarterback, Michael Penix. Just a wild, like, are they collecting all the Pokemon that throw with their left hand? Like,
seems like it.
What's going on in Atlanta?
I think it's a good move, considering, they don't have a first round draft pick this year. There's a lot of questions with Penix, right? I'm looking at it like Stefanski likes experienced quarterbacks, maybe, compared to like Penix, who's a younger QB. I bet you Tua ends up being the week one starter, in my opinion.
Maybe this is just, maybe they know more about Michael Penix's injury history than everybody else does.
There might be more there. Yeah.
He may not be ready to start.
Yeah.
Week one.
Well, when Matt Ryan took him, Matt Ryan right at the end of the offseason said straight up, like, Michael Penix isn't guaranteed the job.
And
which made you instantly think that.
So now they got two injury-prone quarterbacks.
That's what I was going to say is, like, now you've got a guy like Michael Penix. This doesn't bode well for him at all, because when Michael Penix got drafted a few weeks before him, they signed
Kirk Cousins.
Signed Kirk Cousins to this big deal. And then Michael Penix got drafted. And you saw Kirk Cousins play falter, where every single time he made a mistake, people were begging for Michael Penix to get in the game. And you saw the pressure that it took. Like, it's one thing when you're like playing in an opposing stadium and there's pressure on you and fans are booing you, but when it's your own fans at home going like, fuck this guy, let's get Michael Penix in there, that's different. And then Michael Penix had to do that last year, where he was playing so bad, people were begging Kirk Cousins to come back. And now he was like, okay, finally, Kirk's gone. It's going to be me. That's the only guy that's going to be there. And now people are going to be begging for Tua, or vice versa. You're going to see that tandem. And I don't know if that's necessarily the healthiest way to produce.
I wouldn't be surprised if they drafted another QB in the later rounds.
Yeah.
They could, yeah.
Like, why not? Why not have a QB to sit there in case everything
competition?
Goes to shit? Yeah. So, I mean, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But do you guys think do you think he can still play?
I don't even know. Like, he's one hit away.
Yeah, he really is.
He also cannot play in the cold.
Atlanta
now
plays
he's
inside.
He's in a dome stadium. So
he's in a dome, but he's gonna have to.
Well, he's in a dome. He's gonna play Saints.
Saints are in a dome.
Saints are in a dome. Tampa Bay's in that division. They
Tampa
play
Bay plays outside.
So
sunny weather.
Good.
Carolina is whatever, I guess. They don't I guess the one game they might go down to Carolina to play outside in December, but
So that's 8 games of the year.
oh yeah.
Where he's going to be.
You never
fair
know.
weather.
Change of scenery might help him, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, there's the next 2 quarterbacks that I got on this list also are probably wishing for a change of scenery. Kyler Murray. So the Cardinals can't officially release him until March 11th, which is Wednesday, which is the day I thought all of this was going to happen. But 2-time Pro Bowler. He's also got injury history. Personality questions, Call of Duty. Apparently he wants to go back to the MLB. That door's not shut. The Oakland Athletics would take a swing at him. Now the teams that are linked to him are interesting. The Colts, the Raiders, the Titans, and the Patriots are all linked to Kyler Murray. 2 questions. I'll ask you each of them. Where does he land? And what is the deal that he gets? Does he get a vet minimum or does he get a little bit more than that? So I'll start. And the trick is you can't say the team that's already been mentioned. You have to give a new team. Go KK first.
First, I was thinking of the Steelers, but I don't think he's a good fit there. Well, they do need a
Okay,
quarterback.
if Kyler Murray and Aaron Rodgers were both in Pittsburgh, there's going to be a lot of bullying going on.
No, but
Aaron Rodgers will bully
But
Kyler Murray.
But if you have Kyler Murray in Pittsburgh and you got Rico Dowdle in Pittsburgh, we'll talk. I'm spoiling.
But I
all the
just don't
players,
think Kyler Murray fits there
yeah. So
or
who
fits
do
in
you
that
have?
kind of weather. So I'm going to go with the Vikings. I think the Vikings
Okay.
need a quarterback. I
Yeah.
think they're still,
JJ
they
McCarthy.
can still push for a playoff spot. They still got the pieces there.
The Vikings
And
are
he's playing in a dome.
the Vikings are a capable quarterback away from
Yeah.
making the playoffs.
And he's playing in a dome.
Oh yes,
Right?
yeah. I guess they're no.
Two-time Pro Bowler.
There you go.
Needs to prove himself.
Mobile guy.
So
Maybe
he's got Jefferson then.
you got Justin Jefferson.
But the big
there.
problem is, I think, since all these QBs are gone now, I think someone's just going to overpay him now.
Oh, he can
Right.
be the bell of the ball. He can ask for
Well,
whatever he wants.
It's also like you look at what Willis got paid and you're like, is Kyler Murray better than Malik Willis? Probably.
Probably.
I
But
would say so. So
but
he's probably going to get paid.
But
more
I
than
think
him.
Kyler Murray's got to prove himself.
I mean, Kyler Murray's got
He
to
was a
focus.
starter that lost his
But-
job. Malik
Yeah.
Willis never had a starting job.
But he was also the first overall pick
Yeah.
in 2019.
Yeah, but wasn't Josh Rosen like a very high pick too by the Cardinals? The Cardinals.
Oh, not that high. He was like 7
He
or
was
8.
7. Yeah,
think
7th,
seven.
I think.
And then they saw Kyler Murray number 1 overall, and they're like, let's pivot away from this guy we just drafted in the top 10 and like go.
I think he's just a
Cardinals.
good fit for the Vikings.
Cardinals make some bonehead.
Depending on the
decisions.
price tag.
Matthew.
I mean, unfortunately, that was the team that I had. The other team that I could see is the Jets. The only problem is the Jets are paying a lot of money on defense this year. And Breece Hall doesn't like that because he tweeted out that he wasn't too happy that they were doing that and not paying him.
I think Aaron Glenn might stab
But-
himself and
Aaron
Kyler
Glenn's
Murray.
he's a defensive guy, so it makes sense. He wants defense, but I also had the Vikings too.
Aaron Glenn was asleep at the fucking. Aaron Glenn was asleep at the fucking combine. I don't know how you managed to fuck up at that level.
maybe he knows who he's picking at too.
But he was awake
probably
for
knows.
Drew Aller's session.
Yeah. No. Well, there you go.
Oh, Drew Aller at 2. Oh my god.
Not
no,
at 2,
no,
but
it would be have
later
to be
round,
in the
yeah.
well.
round,
They've got
yeah.
more picks in the first round. They've got tons of picks. So you go in Jets.
No, I also have Vikings. I'm
No,
saying.
you got to pick a non-Viking. He already went Vikings.
Well, I guess I'll go Jets if they can
Okay.
find the money. Well, they got money.
They've
got
they can
quite a bit
find a
of
way. New York can. All right, Brandon. Brandon's gonna send
Brandon,
his ass.
Brandon just
Brandon-
goes,
no,
he's
Brandon-
going to go and play Call of Duty.
Brandon's gonna send his ass to
Yeah.
Boston's fucking clubhouse and be like, "Go join
Yeah.
the Red Sox
Yeah, the
for
Red
a year."
Sox.
Yeah. I want to say the Colts because we don't know what's happening with Daniel Jones. They've got the transition tag on him, and he's coming off that injury too. He's already not a mobile quarterback to begin with. I mean, and he does run every once in a while. It looks awkward as fuck when he's running. Kyler Murray,
You know,
you put him in with Pittman's gone now, but they
It's
just
Pierce.
it's got Pierce.
Yeah.
well, the biggest thing
And you
is
got
The tight end.
and then you've got
Jonathan
Jonathan
Taylor.
Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor.
Run plat. Are you they
That
gonna
could,
run?
that could be a right.
Are they
And
gonna-
then if you can't get rid of Anthony Richardson, Anthony Richardson sits behind a guy like Kyler Murray.
Same game style, same play
And,
style. Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
COD buddies.
It works. It could work, but on a deal, I think he's gonna get more than Tua. But he's also guaranteed his next year. He's guaranteed $36 million. So obviously not 54, but he's guaranteed some money. I could see him going on a heavy incentive based, like
a lot of years or just
no.
No, it's more so just
more
like
so like
Based on statistics.
15, like you got 80% of your passes completed. Here's $2
games
million.
played,
Yeah.
touchdowns,
Yeah.
like incentive laden. But I don't think it's going to be many years. I think it's going to be a 2-year.
That's what I think.
I think he's going to get a
2-year
2-year bridge deal.
deal. Yeah.
Heavy incentive, not a lot of guaranteed. Heavy incentive.
That's interesting though. Like that makes all the sense on paper, but I just think that coaching staff and the way they like love their pocket passer versus the mobile threat, it wouldn't work. But if you gave Jonathan Taylor and Kyler Murray a college coach that ran like college style football where it's just run option,
RPOs, fucking tight end screens.
fucking just teams would end
Just send Alec Pierce fucking downfield every fucking route.
and like teams would be confused. Like, are they going to run with Jonathan Taylor? Oh, no, suddenly Kyler Murray kept the ball and he's gone. It could become fun to watch.
You also have
Some
Anthony
fucking
Richardson
bootlegs.
up in there
that's,
too.
That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Like, and you could get Anthony Richardson to learn.
Yeah.
Or you could run like some weird stuff where it's like
Because you know Anthony Richardson's sitting next year too. You know he's not a starter next year.
you could but like you could do some crazy like the thing is the Colts have the personnel they had if they brought in Kyler Murray, you could open that playbook up. You could have
That's what I mean.
You could have Richardson and Kyler Murray on the field at the same time. And you can run some double passes. You can run some crazy combos of like plays that you could open up, but they're not ballsy enough to make. They're not ballsy enough to do these kind of things. So, those are all good teams. I mean,
Who do you have?
that's interesting. Like, I feel like you go down the list. It's like, all right, which team? If we start off, like, let's go through it. Okay, NFC East, Dallas, no. Philadelphia, no. Unless they have concerns about Jalen Hurts' injury history or whatever, and they're like, you know what, we want to bring him. I doubt it.
But wherever Kyler goes, he's going to want to have a chance to start.
Exactly.
So you can't.
no.
He's not going to have a chance to start against Dak. He's not going to have a chance to start against Jalen Hurts. Jaden Daniels, he's not going to have a chance.
Jackson Dart,
no.
So then you go into the other division. You got Detroit, no. Vikings, yes. We marked off Vikings. And then Green Bay, no.
No.
And then what was the fourth team in that division? Bears,
Bears,
no.
no.
What do you got? Pittsburgh's division, yes. Pittsburgh, he'd have a chance to start. Ravens, no. Bengals, nope. Browns, he would have a chance to start, I guess, on the Browns. That could be something.
That could be a spot as well.
That could be something for the Browns.
That would be such a Browns thing to do.
Yeah,
Bring in
it would.
another fucking quarterback.
You know what, Shedeur? You're competing
And
against
then they
Kyler
go
Murray.
out and draft another quarterback in the later rounds.
exactly.
You got to get the quarterback trifecta. So you got that division, and then what do we got? Jacksonville?
No.
Indianapolis? Yes, you
Yep.
mentioned that. You got the Titans?
No.
And then you got the Texans.
Maybe.
You'd have to get rid of
the
Stroud though.
Titans.
You'd have to get rid of Stroud. There's no way you're having both of them.
The Titans is an interesting one too, though.
Yeah, if
Because
you're like,
there's a lot of things with Cam Ward that they're like.
I don't think
uneasy
you can
about.
give up on Cam Ward yet.
not
I'm not going to
yet.
give him up on him, but
But I feel like
if
it's
you
the
could
same
get
thing.
Murray on a
But
cheap
it's
deal.
the same thing we talked about Atlanta, right? The moment you bring in a guy that's not a veteran or like this really, really flyer 7th round pick or whatever, 6th round pick, Cam Ward's confidence gets shot. It's the same thing we talked about Atlanta with Michael Penix. The moment you bring in a Kyler Murray into Tennessee, now you got and I'm sorry, to the 5 people that cheer for the Tennessee Titans. I'm sorry, but you're gonna get national attention for the first time. And trust me, Titans fans, you do not want when has Tennessee ever trended for good reasons?
Well, they will
They
trend
have.
soon because they're getting a
When?
new stadium.
When they had Aaron McNair and they made the playoffs.
Yeah, when they Aaron
were there.
McNair, yeah.
Historic references
In 1
aside,
year. 1
but
year.
1 year.
They have been known for squandering Derrick Henry's career, basically being like they could sell him at the trade deadline and recoup all these assets. And they didn't do that. And then the AJ Brown trade that sent him back 5 years, and then
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel because they wanted to have a culture defier, and then they didn't have. They had Ryan Tannehill for too many. Like in recent memory, it's our annual siren that plays
Yeah,
when
for
we record.
Tennessee.
Yep, for Tennessee, the siren's out. But yeah, so that division we're out. What else? What other divisions? There's the Rams division. So he's not going back to Arizona. He's not going to LA. Well, I don't know. Matthew Stafford.
You never know.
No.
They
Yeah,
might-
I don't know.
Cheap deal.
Sean
man.
McVay.
No,
there's
too early for him to go there.
Way
But,
too early.
but if Sean McVay, if there's a coach that could convince Kyler Murray that I can unlock your potential, like I know it sucked playing in Arizona, like don't.
But
get
I
me
don't think he's going anywhere that he doesn't have a chance to start.
Yeah,
right away.
he's got to prove himself.
wrong. So we're saying no to the Rams, and then we're saying
no to the Seahawks, no to the
Seahawks.
49ers.
So that division's wiped out of the
That's
the
what I
board.
mean. Like it's
There's
slim pickings
it's
now.
starting to get a little bit slim. I think I'm missing a few in there.
The thing that helps him though,
Arizona.
No,
Those
yes.
other teams. He's not going there. He's done.
Yeah,
He's done there.
is,
Raiders.
he's in Arizona.
No,
No, he gets overshadowed by Mendoza.
no, Raiders aren't taking him anyways. Chargers aren't taking him. Chiefs aren't taking him. Broncos aren't taking him. So that division's out of there too. Am I like?
And then there's
There's only
what's
like-
it? The Saints, Bucks.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
Saints aren't taking him. They're going with Shock.
Bucks aren't taking him. They
Bucks
have
aren't taking- They got
Baker.
Baker, and they're stuck with Baker.
Panthers like young.
Panthers, Bryce Young's that's his team, and then you have what's the-
Especially with the year that Bryce Young
Falcons.
just had, you're not
No,
bringing in.
You're not
you gotta
bringing
compete
in
with Bryce
another
Young. You're
competition
giving
piece.
because next year has got to be the year Bryce Young keeps that trajectory going. So you don't want to shatter his confidence.
And then the Falcons got Tua, so that's not happening. So really, it's 3 or 4 teams.
Yeah, or it's go play baseball.
But it's like that team that takes them almost has to get. They're almost not going into the Ty Simpson like first round. Ty Simpson at this point.
I still don't think Ty Simpson's a year 1 starter anyway. So it's I don't think outside of Mendoza, I don't think.
Well, if you're already
anyone's a
getting
year
paid
one.
by the NFL, the Cardinals, why not just go play baseball for a year?
Yeah. You can be one of their first players on the Las Vegas Athletics, and that would be nice. That would be a nice little story.
Never know. Maybe the Raiders end up calling you down the road.
The sad thing with Murray though is like he's the top quarterback, but we ran through the list and we can't really find a spot where he's not competing for the job. Like you would think the top QB in free agency, he's got the number 1 job.
I mean, it obviously depends what the hell they're doing in Indianapolis. Like it depends on like what's going on with Daniel Jones. Depends on what the hell you guys are doing in Pittsburgh. I have no idea what the hell Mike McCarthy is planning doing, if they're bringing Aaron Rodgers back or not. There's no answers there. So it's like really like
You could take a flyer on Kyler Murray.
if the Steelers have
depends on price.
I think the Steelers are going to wait out Aaron Rodgers. And I think that's also a segue into the next guy. Kirk Cousins is, I think, waiting out Aaron Rodgers. Because Minnesota's right there. I think that's a logical place for him to go.
Sure, but I don't know. The thing with Kirk Cousins, though, I feel like his age and what he showed the past couple of years, I think he's a veteran backup. He's going to be like one of those guys.
I think he's in
you
a
call
chance with the
upon.
Jets or the Vikings.
But
The
I think
Vikings don't get Kyler Murray. I think they're going after Cousins.
Sure, but I feel like it's one of the guys you call upon if like your starter gets hurt and you want to win a game. It might not be pretty, but you get Kirk Cousins in there who's been through it and found a way to win. I just don't see him. He's going to be a backup somewhere.
Cousins?
Cousins. So he could really go anywhere.
He could go back to the Vikings and be there for JJ. And
Yeah.
I mean,
If
fill in
I'm-
for now.
If I'm like a team, or if I'm Kirk Cousins, I go to fucking Tampa Bay or Miami.
He'd go back to Washington.
But if I'm him, like I know he loves living in that part of the town. Like I think
Well, they
he's,
just re-signed Marcus Mariota, so they're not.
he's,
Did they?
Yeah,
he's from Michigan, right? Like Michigan, Kirk Cousins.
Cousins?
I think he is.
Isn't he like from the Minnesota area?
Is he from He's from Barrington, Illinois. So I guess they're
Close.
close enough. They're in that. So I guess he's grown up in a cold weather state. But like, if I was him, I'd go down to a place where there's no state income tax and there's like nice weather 90% of the time, and I'd chill out and go play for the Dolphins or the Bucks.
Dolphins would be interesting.
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
then
like,
it's
like you go down there, Malik Willis. Yeah, he's only got 3 career starts.
Yeah.
Let's just say he falters. Now you get
For the right price, maybe Texans take a shot at him.
Yeah,
Push
that's,
CJ Stroud.
that's another one. Like, if I'm the Texans, do I call up Aaron Rodgers? Do I'm like, hey, like, we're gonna let CJ Stroud, work behind you for a year. That the problem is that like I almost wish Brady was still playing, because like Brady would be like perfect on some of these teams where they have these young quarterbacks that can't figure it out, and like you just bring in a Brady and you're like, you know what, just watch him for a year. And then
Well, the
you send him-
Raiders probably are hoping for that, but I think he's so caught up in the whole Fox announcer job.
Well,
I
there's-
don't think he really even cares.
There's a lot of stuff about the Raiders that I think is like swirling. Like some people say that he's too involved. They say his what's his Guerrero, his personal trainer. Apparently Guerrero is the watchdog. So he's at Raiders practices. He's listening in on like player meetings to be like who's doing what. He's got everybody's medical records and he's sending that up to Mr. Brady. I mean, like, hey, yeah, this guy's got this. Apparently, according to sources, that's where the feud, because Max Crosby never wanted to leave the Raiders. But apparently that's where stuff started to hit sideways, was when Guerrero started reporting stuff about Max Crosby's injuries and how injury prone he is and certain things that were red flags and the way he took care of himself. And then he sent that up to Brady. Brady then let, was it Mark Davis? Mark Davis know about hey, it's Max Crosby, blah, 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 blah. And well, Mr. Davis, getting drunk at all with Mr. Crosby, ended up blurting that out. And that's where now Ravens fans rejoice. You guys have Max Crosby, but I think that's where it began. So some people say he's too involved, and like there's no issue with him being too involved. But I think the Raiders, my God, they look. It probably feels good to be a Raiders fan today, fellas. I mean, we'll talk about some of the signings they made, but usually you're the laughing stock of the league. You're picking number one, and your team is starting to act like you're picking number one, and like you're gonna pick Mendoza. It's gonna be great. The amount of Mendoza jerseys sold in the United States in certain regions, it's gonna be electric. But you also are surrounding him with like they made Linderbaum, the highest paid center. They've got Nakobe Dean. They've got a bunch of defensive players coming in. So it's like they're really focusing on the defensive side of the ball. And then they sneaky pickup Naylor from Minnesota. He was a real bright spot on the Vikings, and they ended up picking him up for cheap. And I don't think they're done. I don't think the draft they're going to be done either. So
no,
it's going to be
They
exciting.
got a lot of cap space.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of picks.
They got a big dog in Ashton Genty that's probably happy about that. And as far as running backs go, fellas, Kenneth Walker, Chiefs.
Fuck
Jeez.
off.
Jeez Louise.
Chiefs are making the right moves right now.
3 years, $43 million base, $45 million maximum, 28.7 guaranteed, record free agency running back deal. Super Bowl MVP, 161 scrimmage yards in the big game, signs with Mahomes and Kelsey on a record running back free agency deal. Chiefs were 6-11 last year. My God, it's going to be brutal when they pick that high and then they end up doing this. They missed the playoffs for the first time since 2014. Does Walker fix their run game, or is this window dressing while Mahomes heals? Mahomes.
Oh, this
He fixed
fixes
the run game,
their run game immediately.
They have not had a legitimate runner in a while.
Well, they probably looked at the draft board and saw Jeremiah Love not going to be there.
I actually think
go after running back.
I actually think that's what their decision making was. I feel like they
Also, the trade they made, right? McDuffie,
Tell us about that, KK. Where'd McDuffie go?
Raiders.
No.
No, Raiders.
Rams.
Rams.
KK's got
Rams.
fucking sending everything.
Raiders didn't get everybody.
Yeah. KK's like, you know what?
Not yet.
You're a Raider. Get pack your bags.
But I mean, that trade opened them up where they're not going to get Love. What do you do now? You go out and you get a defensive player.
But you know what? Like overreaction. Look, people talk about this all the time. It's like, you ever, like, I guess I'll just explain it this. You ever been in a car accident?
Yep.
You ever driven by the road you've been in a car accident?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you're always like, this is where this motherfucker hit me.
Yep. I
Right?
still do that.
Yeah, this is where, like, right? Like, you remember it every single time you drive by that road. That's what NFL teams are like with big losses.
Yeah.
Rams could not contain JSN. The Rams secondary blew it big time in certain parts of their games against Seattle last year.
Which is why they went and traded.
They went and they're like, you know what? We're getting McDuffie. We're going after him. And I think like you look at the Chiefs, and I think they sat there like twiddling their thumbs like for the entirety that they were eliminated from the playoffs. And they went back and they watched Isaiah Pacheco run into some ass cheeks. They watched Kareem Hunt run into some ass cheeks, and they're like, never again. And then they were probably sitting there, you know, watching the Super Bowl, like all of us. And for professional athletes that go, hey, I don't watch in the off season, or I don't watch once my team is eliminated.
Bullshit.
Bull fucking shit. Yeah, I'm sure you don't watch the fucking biggest game that you guys are all playing for. I'm sure they watch Kenneth Walker do his thing. And I knew right away when he won MVP. In my drunken state, I was like, oh, he's going to be priced out of Seattle. He's not coming back there. Now he's going to a contender. Man, oh man, that is something. I think the Chiefs are, they're right back in it, with especially when you add in a top 10 pick. Like a lot of people are like, well, they didn't add in, you know, the free agency. They didn't add everybody, or they didn't add all these pieces. I'm like, they have to do, they're adding a fucking top 10 pick.
Well, you look at them offensively. Walker, Kelsey's coming back.
You got
Maybe
Kelsey.
they end up with Tyreek Hill.
You got a full year of Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy, and you can probably poach Tyreek Hill into joining you in the later half of the
I
season.
don't know. I think Andy Reid said that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe they go to get
Maybe
another
he's
depth
lying.
receiver.
Who knows?
No, but like you gotta, but Matthew, that's like Patrick Mahomes comes up to you, hey, let's get the cheetah, right?
all
There's
that can
nothing.
change.
There's nothing that a couple dinners and some wine over dinner can't
Some
fix.
nuggies.
Yeah, some nuggies, some hamburgers, some cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburgers with some nuggies on the side.
There's nothing like some of those dinners.
Sounds like McCarthy's diet.
Yeah, it sounds like that's how they got Pittsburgh free agents. But you know what? The Chiefs are back, and that division is going to be a gauntlet. I don't think it's going to be fun in the AFC. Fellas, Travis Etienne, man, this was a surprising one too, because the Saints were in that hovering of like, are they going to be the team that takes Jeremiah Love? Etienne goes from the Jaguars to the Saints, 4 years, $52 million deal, $13 million year AAV, and that's the highest total running back contract. He goes home to Louisiana. First time since high school, he and Trevor Lawrence aren't teammates. Saints locked out of the Jeremiah sweepstakes now. I think does Shuck and Etienne work as a young quarterback, veteran running back pair?
It's got to work better than Kamara worked out for him.
Definitely. You get an upgrade, younger guy, and you're paying. Kamara is getting 12.25 mil per year. Etienne's getting paid 13 mil. And you get a guy that's 27 versus Kamara who's 30. Pretty much the same player, right? They catch out of the backfield, elusive runners. You could definitely provide the spark the Saints need. I just think one thing I'll say about these two signings for the Saints and the Chiefs is I don't think I've ever seen such a domino effect from one player in a combine that made this happen. Like Jeremiah Love just had an insane combine. Everyone's talking about it. And then you got the Saints and the Chiefs probably thinking, I don't think we can get this guy at 8 or 9. Maybe he's going to go higher. And then it just forced their hand into saying, you know what, we got to go get a running back.
But I'm surprised they went for these signings that fast.
Well,
Like you would think first, like,
Yeah.
I really want Love. I need to try to move up. Instead, you just went out and signed a free agent.
The asking price maybe was too high.
Too high.
The other thing is there's not a lot of running backs out there right now in free
Yeah.
agency or the draft. Like besides Love, it drops off.
Yeah,
quite
it's a
bit.
huge drop after Love.
Yeah, exactly. So
Take what you can get when you can get it. Don't wait.
That's a huge shift from, I think, like
That Javonte extension is looking really good right now.
Yes,
though.
sir.
Fuck.
that is tidy piece of business.
For a team that usually likes to wait till it's too late, till the market's set, they finally made a fucking good signing at the right time. Because if they didn't sign him yet, his price just went up.
Oh
yeah.
100%.
So they got that taken care of.
No, I agree.
Props for that, because usually Jerry waits too fucking long,
No,
but he got that one done.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. Fellas, do you think this changes the market for running backs going forward? Like those are big deals. And every year it seems like it kind of ebbs and flows. Like there's tiers where people are like not as high on running backs. They're like, you know what? The position's going away. You're going to get guys that are younger guys coming from college, mid-round draft picks are going to be plugging and playing them. But you saw what happened with the Chiefs this year when they didn't have a run game. didn't really work. So are we going back to the era of like paying one guy on your running back committee, or maybe even two guys, big money to make sure you have a run game?
I don't know. Like it seems every couple years you get the couple guys that just get paid and they always ask the same question and then it fizzles off again. But we talk about it every year. If you don't have a run game, you turn into a one-dimensional team. You get so easy to defend against because they know half your playbook is out the window. So you have to have a run game.
It's also different this year because there's only one guy really in the draft that's like game ready to go. Next year, if you have like 4 or 5 top like 15 picks, running back game changes again, right?
I also think that, I also think in this case, the Jeremiah Love combine interviewing and physical testing was a huge thing. And I think you might not get that in the next drafts, or you might get like multiple running back prospects. But I remember when Detroit traded up to take Jahmyr Gibbs, and everyone was screaming at them, being like, what the hell are you guys doing? Blah, blah, blah. And they had just signed David Montgomery, and they were like, we're running this as a tandem. And that was something that people were like, this is the craziest thing ever. And now you're seeing teams kind of venturing away from that. You're going away from the tandems to the bell cow again. And like you saw, Bijan and Tyler Algier have split up. So it'll be interesting to see how this position evolves as we go along.
And Montgomery's gone now too.
Montgomery is on the Texans. I don't know what's going on with Joe Mixon.
I think he got released.
Yeah, well, he's like practically like he was practically begging for his release, being like, "Please release me." Like,
solid trade for the Texans, though.
yeah, I think so.
That's what they needed.
Yeah,
Run game.
I think you got a solid guy who had big numbers in Chicago, and then went into Detroit and had some solid numbers there too. So it'll be interesting. Speaking of solid numbers, fellas. This is our Colts. This is our team. We pay Alec Pierce.
Too much money.
They saw a fast white wide receiver, and they done lost their minds.
Holy fuck.
That's
Four
an
years,
understatement.
4 years, $116 million, $29 million a year AAV, making him the highest paid free agent wide receiver. Well, I guess he is a free agent. They re-signed him, but free agent wide receiver ever. Pierce led the NFL in yards per reception 2 straight years. At $29 million, he's now the highest paid free agent wide receiver in history, beating out guys like Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill in their free agency years. Steal or insane?
Fucking
I think
insane.
it's insane.
Fucking insane.
Because that's, like you said, it's okay, cool. He's got the most yards per completion or whatever. It's because he's the deep threat.
They're just chucking it
of
up
course.
and
But-
hoping for the best.
That's all he really, I mean, from the limited time that I got to see him, all he is a deep threat.
Yeah, he didn't get the ball much, but like he wasn't targeted that much. Pittman got the ball more. Warren got the ball more. They just bomb it downfield to him. Like, I don't
And right
know.
now, you don't know who the quarterback is.
But now he's the bona fide number one. Is he a wide receiver one though?
That's the thing. I think they kept the wrong guy.
Yeah.
I think Pittman was their number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now you're paying Pierce, you're gonna have to find ways to get him involved because he's gonna have to get the lion's share of the looks now.
Yeah, we always talk about like a number 2 receiver complementing number 1, right? But who's that number 2 now? I mean, you do have Warren at tight end. That helps, but who do you have on the other side of the field? Who's your other wide out?
I mean, do they go into the draft and we talk about those? Well, they don't have their
What-
first round pick.
Yeah,
Sorry, never
they-
mind.
they-
Never
for-
mind.
for-
They
for
got it
Sauce.
for Sauce.
Never
Yeah,
mind.
got rid of it for Sauce, so-
Fuck. So they're gonna have to bet on some late round flyers to like end up with a wide receiver. They gotta draft somebody. They can't. There's nobody.
Do they have how much cap space do they have?
They've probably got their fair share. I can check. Hold on. Let me check their. Where is the teams? Teams. Indianapolis Colts. They have 2026. They've got 23 million. So I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. They've got Deebo Samuel's still out there.
Jamal Jennings is still out there.
You've got
Yeah,
Christian
Stephon
Kirk still
Diggs.
adding. Brandon Ayuk is probably still out there. Keenan Allen is still there. Adam
They can
Thielen.
still go out and sign someone.
I mean, there's
There's a lot of
pieces there.
receivers.
There's pieces there that they can go after. Like you could, like Juju Smith-Schuster. He's still available. I don't know at the moment much they value him, but
It's just for a guy that, I mean, you really like he's top 10 now in contracts for receivers going into next year. But with the quarterback in question, I mean,
Even with the quarterback, he's unproven still.
exactly.
Like I applaud them. I applaud them for what they did. Like I get it. They took a stance, but why not just offer that money to George Pickens? Like, why not just offer $5 million more and get George Pickens? I'm a little confused. Like, why didn't we just like go after George Pickens? Love Alec Pierce. I'm sure he's great, but I'm just like, if you're gonna pay that much money, George Pickens a little bit more electrifying than Alec Pierce. He can do a little bit more for you. It's gonna be interesting because like I don't think they had a choice in the matter. I mean, I guess they had to snag him up. They had to take him, but they're losing a character guy, and all that will take me to the next guy, which is Michael Pittman. So as a result of this massive signing, a casualty of it was Michael Pittman was traded to the Steelers for some late picks. And I think the Steelers got pretty good value for this. I think they're reportedly signing him to a 3-year, $58 million extension after the trade. Steelers now have DK. They've got Pittman. Is this the best wide receiver duo after Mr. Higgins and Chase?
I think so.
It's in the AFC, yeah.
In the AFC?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you've got the Worthies and the Rashi Rices, but when it comes to like
Not healthy.
proven guys that are catching the ball, Pittsburgh Steelers now have a duo.
Hey, here we go.
You guys are. I really hope you guys will throw it down
But
the
they
field.
still have no quarterback.
Yeah, throw it
I
down
really
the
hope
field.
I really hope for your sake that you're not watching like 2-yard checkdowns from Aaron Rodgers on one knee, and it's just the
No, we got Big Mike. Come on, we
like,
got that playbook going.
I really hope that you guys are seeing some sort of exciting offense because I had to watch some Steelers games last year, and I don't know how you do that all season.
And they
was-
picked up Rico, right? So they got
and
solid running back.
Yeah, you've got Rico Dowdle
beautiful.
and Jalen Warren.
Yeah, and you got duos all around, and now maybe you'll have 2 quarterbacks playing. It'll just be a tandem.
I don't know.
Changing out over drives.
Good.
Mike Evans, another wide receiver, long tenured Tampa Bay Buck, goes to the 49ers
That's fucking gross.
on a 3-year, $20 million deal. I'm going to hate looking at Mike Evans in a 49ers jersey.
Yeah.
It's just
It's going to be horrible.
not right.
Where were the Buffalo Bills in that? They need a
got
guy like
DJ
Mike
Moore.
Evans.
Oh, I'm going to go down the list here. And where are the Buffalo Bills anywhere?
Well, they got DJ Moore.
Yeah, but
Why you got shit on DJ Moore?
they still got the guy. They need a guy like Mike Evans.
They need
in
a
there.
vertical. They need a vertical threat. God damn
Can
it.
always
Just,
draft.
DJ Moore's solid, but they still need another guy there.
Yeah.
just trade the Cowboys 3 first-round picks for George Pickens and let's get this over with.
3 first.
Yeah.
First.
Just do it, Buffalo. Hey, if they can trade out of
No
taking
late
Xavier
round
Worthy,
picks.
they can just they might do themselves a solid. But Mike Evans, 32 years old, only 8 games in 2025, leaves Tampa for the first time in 12 seasons. Kittle's on IR. Can Purdy actually carry this offense with Evans as wide receiver 1?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you've got C-Mac still in the backfield. And I mean, he was healthy this year. If he can stay healthy next year. Fuck.
I disagree.
49ers
He's
had
coming
a
off
great
a
season.
he's coming off a bad injury.
Hey man, Mike Evans
He's coming
is-
off a bad injury.
He's not gonna survive fucking.
And he's going to the
practicing-
place that produces injured players.
He's gonna be
Yeah, they got-
practicing.
that's
at
true,
the-
yeah, they
he's
gotta-
practicing
they gotta-
That's
beside
true,
that
man.
They got to
fucking-
move that
Come
practice
on.
facility.
Yeah, like good luck to Mike Evans' ACL when that practice
Yeah.
facility is fine. Yeah, he's not
I don't
making it.
believe it. I don't think it's going to work out. I mean, I think he cashed in well at his age, coming off the injury. I think he got paid well.
Well, aren't they trying to trade Trent Williams?
The 49ers?
Yeah,
I think
because
so.
he's holding out for a contract dispute, and they're like, you know what? If we can't resolve this, we're gonna trade you. What? Like, okay, but my question, and I guess this is we can talk about this in the offseason more, but let's say the 49ers can't get it done. They can't get over the hump. And the wheels fall off, and you've got an injured McCaffrey, and you've got an injured Evans, and you got Brock Purdy throwing to the ghost of Ricky Purcell, and well, basically what they did this year. When is it time to retire that offensive core? Like, when is it time that they're like, you know what? It was a good run. We went up against the Mahomes era. It was fantastic. Well, it's time to rebuild the offense. Let's get rid. Like, it's time.
No, I think they got a few years left in them. as long as they stay healthy. But
Well-
I mean, Chris C-Max was healthy. We thought he was going to be the one injured this year, and he was the only one that was fucking healthy this year.
They all sacrificed
And he-
themselves
yeah.
for C-Mac.
He had a wonderful season.
So if I'm before
The window is closing though. And
it's
Well,
closing.
it's closing, but
closing
it's a
on
couple.
Purdy.
They've got a couple years left.
Because you look at Seattle's rise, and Seattle's not going anywhere. Like that.
Oh, it's a hell
team's-
of a division.
They're not going anywhere, and then
neither of the Rams.
and neither are the Rams. So it's like the Rams' only question mark is going to be who's going to throw the ball when Stafford leaves. And if they can figure that out, or if they can do something there and figure it out, which I have no doubt Sean McVay will be able to do that, they're not going anywhere. You've got two teams that are just going to be in your fucking face for the rest of for the next 5 to 6 years. That sucks. So 49ers fans, I hate to break it to you. It's you guys are signing some retirement players here, and you know what? I love Mike Evans, but you're good luck. Good luck with that fucking substation or whatever the hell.
How many
you guys
years
are-
did he get?
You got 3 years, but usually with this is
That's,
like
that's a good sign.
they're pretty front loaded, so they can pretty much cut him after year 2 if it's not working out. But yeah, and then finally, fellas, Rico Dowdle. The terms haven't come out yet, but Steelers new running back one.
No, the terms
Did
did
they just?
actually
How
come
much
out.
did he get?
He got a 2-year deal worth $12.25 million.
Well, that's not bad for Rico
Pretty
Dowdle.
good.
That's not bad. He is a psychopath. You guys are gonna love him in on the Steelers.
I love it.
He runs like a maniac.
Yeah.
Well, he fits their culture.
yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, oh
Perfectly.
absolutely he does.
You're gonna miss a little bit of Kenneth Gainwell, especially his pass catching ability. I think that was gonna be that's gonna be a
Yeah.
miss.
But I think Warren has that, and this is an upgrade.
Yeah.
In terms of it, just if you're in the red zone, you just need 5 yards.
Yep, he'll push through. He's
There you
gonna
go.
he's gonna get through some holes there. Gone are the days of Najee Harris, who I know
good riddance.
you guys miss a lot. Alex Pierce just set the free agency market. George Pickens sitting on a $27.3 million franchise tag. The market just moved above his tag number.
Yep. Yep, it did.
Of course it did. Is a July 15th holdout now essentially inevitable?
If they don't get a deal done, no, yeah, he's holding out for sure.
I think he's gonna hold out.
Oh, for sure he
Yeah.
is.
That's
for
our-
sure he
so.
is.
I just want one
Vino
fucking
George.
training camp.
Vino George.
I want one fucking training camp where all the Cowboys players are practicing without a fucking holdout.
Yeah.
I haven't had one in 4 years.
He'll
Yeah,
be
he's,
there.
he's holding out for sure. But I don't he might be there, but he won't be. He
Eating
won't be. He
chips
won't
on the
be.
bench.
He won't be the distraction like Micah Parsons
Yeah,
was.
fuck you,
Like,
Micah Parsons.
Well, I mean,
Like, he's not going to be
Still a
that.
bad, it's still
He's
a
still
bad
gonna be
move on his
distraction.
part to hold out.
he's still going to be a
Pickens?
distraction.
Yeah.
No, fuck no. This is his chance to cash in.
Oh,
He's holding
yeah.
out. There's no fucking way
He
he's
had a
playing
great
without
season.
a long term.
I don't think he's.
You're
gonna,
not playing on a tag.
I don't think he's gonna do.
But you also want to have a MVP season or a great season like you did a year ago.
yeah. I
That's
guess
what's
so.
gonna get you the big bucks too.
Yeah, but this is the year he's going to cash. You don't want it. You don't want a
this
chance
is-
getting hurt, and all of a sudden that money
If
goes
he
away.
if he holds out, it's just there's a door we're gonna have to get rid of you now.
Honestly, I wish they would. I think,
There you go.
but I
Yeah.
think Schottenheimer. I think the way the reason why Micah Parsons was traded was because Schottenheimer was the coach. If Mike McCarthy was the coach, he would not have the balls to go up to Jerry Jones and be like, "Look at what the fuck is on the television right now. It's the guy you want to make the highest paid player on the team, laying down on a fucking in the middle of a game,
Just
and
being a distraction.
moping around on the fucking training bench." And that's why whenever Micah Parsons starts blabbering on his fucking podcast and does whatever he wants to say about how why doesn't Jerry love me, man? He made it personal. No, you dumb fuck. You made it personal when you fucking laid out on a massage table in the middle of a preseason game to be like, oh my God, I'm so bored. Oh, this sucks. Or when you did your little shenanigans with your nachos that you walked into the fucking thing with. That made it personal. That made it a thing. So good riddance.
I'm going to warn you guys now, though. I think George Pickens might be a bit of a distraction in.
I think he's gonna end
in
up
training
being
camp.
Fields out.
I don't know. I
He's
feel
going to be a
like
bit of a distraction there.
they have
That's
all
why I
the,
don't think he'll be there.
they
I
have
just
all the
think
money. They haven't signed anyone. I will talk about the Cowboys, but they haven't signed anybody. So it's really, if Jerry does want to fucking pay him, Jerry can. And Jerry, the way they can operate is they can bank.
yeah.
They can bank on the salary cap going up because if you look at all these international games, a big key into that is revenue coming from different sources. And if Jerry knows Owners usually know
Mm-hmm.
more than others, but Jerry's not like an ordinary owner. He's got his hands in all the marketing that is going on. And if the Cowboys are losing a home playoff game to go play in fucking Brazil, best believe he knows.
Well, you also look at it as like, does he get paid just above Alex Pierce right now?
No, I think he would
On
get
a
paid
year?
like $35 million.
Way more. Yeah.
I
Like, do you think
35.
next round of
like that.
next year's free agency? Do you think that cap or whatever Pierce was getting goes up?
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
for sure.
it's just the market.
So then you would think
Yeah,
signing
you're
him,
just
signing
resetting,
him
you're
for like
setting the market.
35 would pretty much be
But it's
ideal.
also like, are we comparing like the Colts front office stupidity? Like I just think it's
well,
dumb.
the
what they
Colts
paid.
really fucked us. So I thank
Yeah,
you to the fucking
That's
Colts.
what I mean, though. Like
Um,
you're looking at the Colts' dumb move of paying this guy so much money that
So next year's class is like, it's interesting. You get George Pickens if he plays on this 1 year thing or holds out or whatever. You get Devontae Adams. You get Chris Godwin.
old.
Drake London is coming out. Chris Olave is coming out.
Mm-hmm.
JSN is coming out.
JSN's not going
He's
anywhere.
gonna
He's-
Zay
they'll-
Flowers.
they'll-
so the price might even go up
He's
higher.
their best player.
So what's going to happen is essentially like Seattle's probably holding their breath, and Atlanta's probably holding their breath
Oh yeah, Drake London might be.
because right
Out.
now, according to Spotrac, George Pickens' value is $30,600,000. That's his value according to this Spotrac. Like they run the numbers, they go through
Yeah.
all the contracts, stats wise, whatever. They've got Drake London slightly higher at $32.6 million. I would agree with that. I think being a number one wide receiver is worth more than being the number two. And paint it the picture however you want to paint it. George Pickens is number two. Chris Olave, they have him at 3.9. And
Is that higher than George?
that's higher than George and then higher than Drake. Now, the thing about Chris Olave is you also have to look at the team that he's on and the amount of cap space
Yeah.
that's there, and like who else are they really going to put in there, right? So if you kind of have all the leverage to be like, listen, Saints front office, it's been good time eating gumbo, but you guys have been shit for my whole entire career, and I'd like to get paid what I'm worth. I've produced in shitty circumstances, and I'm sure they'll pay him. And then the outlier here is, so they've got Zay Flowers like almost identical to George Pickens. Who's better? Who would you rather take, Zay Flowers or George Pickens?
Pickens all day.
Pickens.
So that's interesting because like
The only thing that Flowers has is maybe speed.
but Flowers also has leverage again because Flowers can go up to Baltimore and be like, you can either pay me 30 or I'm going to walk and get 33 from Arizona and fuck
And
all
they
you
really
up.
have no other receiver.
Yeah, they really have no other option. Now, the craziest one, and we talked about it, they're probably holding their breath, is Jackson Smith-Njigba, who's valued at $37.7 million.
And he's going to get that.
He's going to get that like today. The thing is if you get George Pickens going at 35, now you get JSN going at what, 40? You're going to see him going at like, that's where you end up going there. Now, if we were to go in this little exercise and go one more year past this, there isn't really anybody there. There's no big wide receiver in the market. Everyone's tied up, which will lead me to my next point is if you're George Pickens, do you sign just a 2-year deal?
No.
Because think about it. You can go in this year, like let's say the way they're going to spin it, if I'm George Pickens' agent, is I'm doing you guys a solid by signing for 30. I'm going to do you guys a solid by signing for 30, but we're only going to do it for 2 years. If you think you're not going to get injured and you're going to produce numbers, whatever, and you do it for 2 years, now you go into that free agency class. And now you're the belle of the ball, and you get to go and reset the market one more time at $40 million. So JSN's already set it at 37. Now you go to a team where it's like 2 years from now, like let's say the Cardinals are good or whatever. Like let's say they've got all this money to splash around. They're like, oh fuck, we can get George Pickens for $40 million, but he would be the guy. It's
the
like
the problem with that though is you. That's like.
you got to bet on a
him.
few things.
You got to bet on you
gotta-
being better than you were this year, and
and
that's
staying healthy, and your quarterback staying healthy,
correct.
and you having success as a team. Because if Dallas Lane's a
Correct.
dud, your 2-year deal, suddenly they're like, fuck, we overpaid this fucking
I mean,
guy.
and you also can't ignore the fact that CeeDee Lamb was out for a couple of games and George Pickens stepped in. He was like
Exactly,
the only
yeah.
wide receiver one at the time. So
And I'm sure they remind Jerry Jones of that every chance they get.
Oh, all the time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like,
all the
it's like
time.
they will.
It's like I don't blame them. If I was
It's
him,
good
I would
leverage.
I would do the same thing. I would be like, when your best player, your franchise wide receiver was out, I made all those plays. I did all the things that he was doing. And when he came back, I still did all those things. He was dropping ball. And this is not like saying like he's personally taking him down, but as agents, that's what they do in these conversations. They're like, CD, how many drops does CD have? George had how many? So who's really the number one? And it gets fucking nasty in there because Jerry's probably going to be like, you are a fucking nobody in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
You know why you cost only a 3rd round pick? Is because you fucking suck. You came to our system, our quarterback, our culture, and you excelled. So it's like it goes back and forth and like it gets nasty in there.
And but the thing Jerry's gonna say, he's gonna say to George, he'll be like, whichever receiver's wearing 88 in this city, that's the number one receiver.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
Okay,
And
no questions
and there's
asked.
no doubt in my mind CeeDee Lamb is the number one. And I really like CeeDee Lamb because CeeDee Lamb has restructured his contract like two times already. And he does it with like no questions asked. Like there's no huffing or puffing in the media. There's no like fucking
Team guy.
yeah. There's no like bitching around about it. And like even Dak, like we can talk about Mr. Dak, poor guy. Thoughts and prayers to Dak Prescott, who was single 1 month before his wedding. Okay. Stop going on joint bachelorette parties.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
What is the
Yeah. Why?
you make
Yeah,
$60 to $100 million a year USD.
you can have your honeymoon.
You can spend the expenditure and have your wife have her bachelorette party 10 fucking times separately in 10 different countries. Why are we insisting on doing things together that are meant to not be together?
It sounds like an inmate letter.
Very well might be. Written by Dakota Prescott, Dallas Fort Worth. But yeah, so if you guys have not read the news, Dak Prescott and his fiance have called off their wedding. We don't exactly know why. It is
At least it happened now than like in August, September.
yes. There's
Yeah, start of the season.
And I'm surprised Jerry Jones has not jumped on The View or like fucking The Maury Show and been like, let's all get around and come over here and let's all talk about our feelings. And Jerry's the therapist now. Let's sit down here. Sit down now. Sit down on my lap. But yeah, we don't know why. Apparently it's to do with prenups and whatnot. I mean, if you're an athlete making $60 million guaranteed and you're actually fuck if you're an athlete. If you're the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, I don't give a fuck how much money you're making. I think you get the prenup. I think you just get it out of it's a principle thing. Jerry makes you sign it. And I think you like, if you have ifs or buts about
Jerry
it.
makes you sign it.
Yeah.
If she's like, hey, like, why do I gotta sign this piece of paper? You'd be like, well, Jerry put it in my contract, so he wanted to protect me, so he's father figure to me and stuff like that. So can you just sign the dotted line, babe? And then if she doesn't, then you have what I think is going on right now. But hopefully my quarterback is thrown for 6,000 yards. That'll be a beautiful time. Fellas, we kind of got off topic. I blame fucking the Colts and signing Alec Pierce for all that money. We got some edges that went. High risk, high reward. Odafe Owe, Chargers to Commanders, 4 years, $100 million, $68 million guaranteed. He has 7.5 sacks over the last 2 seasons. He had 3 in a single wild card game. Washington spending $25 million a year to overhaul their defense. Is this legit contender building or paying peak performance money for
Where did
a
he go?
half season?
Commanders or
Commanders.
He went from the Commanders to the Chargers. Or sorry,
Other way around.
Chargers to the
Chargers,
Commanders.
Commanders.
Sorry.
I was like, Chargers, they got him and Mac back?
No, man. They just the Commanders. Yeah, fellas. So what is this like? Are they trending in the right direction? Or is this like you saw a small sample size, you fell in love, and you paid all this money? Kind of what Dak Prescott did.
Well, wasn't Washington's defense the oldest in the league last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So,
by
you gotta
you gotta get younger somehow.
get younger. Gotta bring in some guys. But it's just weird, like with where they're drafting,
7.
an edge is gonna be available.
That's what I was
So
thinking.
Well,
really
I don't
that
know.
Maybe they
Like,
still go.
maybe not.
I mean, maybe you still.
Maybe they're hoping Jeremiah Love falls over.
But
there.
Well,
maybe,
I think they're gonna get Sonny
Yeah.
Styles at 7 now.
but maybe it's not the edge that they would have wanted. Because maybe they're
Yeah.
thinking, oh,
I think
there's
they're
going to
gonna-
be a QB going to
I-
the Jets at 2 with Dante Moore. But now it's looking like Arvo Reese or Bailey might go 2, and
I
that's going to
think-
knock.
If
the
they want
dominoes
to,
will
if
be
they
back,
want to
yeah.
have, I don't think they're
Right.
going to get Bailey, but I think if they want to have him, Ruben Bain's going to be right there.
Ruben Bain will be there. Yeah.
And listen, they could be going after Ruben Bain too. This could just be a whole thing of like, we just need an edge on both sides that can pounce on the quarterback. And you know what? All the power to him. Dan Quinn probably would love that. Now, would I be giving all this money to a guy who had such a small sample size? I mean, he had 7.5 sacks over 2 years, and then he had 3 in a single wild card game. So it's like, was he just having a really good game? Like, was that an anomaly? Because this is
Could
not
happen.
a trendsetter, but I don't know.
Well, it's also like, who did he play? Who did he play for? The Chargers?
Chargers.
Yeah, so they have Mac on one side, then him on the
Yep,
other.
there's a benefit of having,
there you go.
There's benefit of having that. So I personally am not excited about the Commanders. I think they're probably my pick to finish last in the NFC
Yeah.
East. I don't think they're built very correctly. And the fact that Cliff Kingsbury just gave up his fucking clipboard and was like, you know what? I'm good. Here you go. I'm leaving. That kind of tells me that everything's not all that great in Washington. They also got to change their name. Yep. Let's
Change it back.
Yeah,
change
just
that
go
name.
back to the
Let's
name.
just, you can't take you seriously.
I don't think they're that bad though. Couple tweaks,
think
couple
they're-
moves.
No, I don't
Problem is
know.
with,
It's
with
not.
Daniel's
be bad.
injury too.
It's like you got an injury prone quarterback. You have no running back that's got the juice there.
No receivers.
You've got no receivers other than, well, you got Scary Terry, but then
That's
you've
about
had
it.
Scary Terry for his entire life.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just that's the story of your franchises. You've had Terry McLaurin and who else? And if I'm Washington, like if I'm a Washington football team fan, just give me Jordan Tyson. Like give me a wide receiver. Like I know it would be a massive overreach and people would lose their minds on the internet, but give me a wide receiver if I'm that, because I'm like, you can't waste Jaden Daniels. Like who knows? He might not
Yeah,
have
that's
that
the thing.
long. Like he might only have
Yeah.
like 3 to 4 good seasons under him. It's like you can't waste that. So go and get him some weapons and try to hope for the best. But yep.
Yeah.
Jalen Phillips, fellas. Eagles to the Panthers. 4 years, $120 million. $80 million guaranteed, $30 million AAV. Torn Achilles history. 2025 was split between Miami and Philly after a midseason trade. Never fully healthy. Panthers going all in on a $30 million a year deal on a 26-year-old who has never played a complete healthy season. Bold move or taking time bomb?
It's a bold move, but you also remember it's the Carolina Panthers. You know, when you suck, you gotta pony up more money.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Like, because if someone's
Honestly, that was
offering,
facts.
if someone's offering, if a contender's offering him a decent contract, you're gonna go sign with a contender. All of a sudden, fucking the Panthers come in. Yo, we'll give you this much money, and we'll give you this much guaranteed. What do you say? Oh fuck yeah! For that much more money? Fuck yeah! Let's go to Carolina.
Fucking just
Torn Achilles, 2 different teams last year. How the fuck does he make? I
don't know, man.
Does he have the same agent as Kirk Cousins?
Oh,
I don't
shit,
know, man.
maybe.
But Jalen Phillips got paid. Let's see who his agent is. Actually, that's a good point. His agent is Brian Aralt. Aralt. I don't know who else he represents, but agent. Let's see. Yeah, he's got paid, and I think that's hefty compensation to pay for a guy that you don't really have that much history with. But then again, I think this guy's the agent for Aaron Donald. Oh, he's the agent who negotiated Joe Burrow and Nick Bosa's record-breaking contracts. Well, there you go.
So he's the Scott Boras of the NFL.
Yeah, he did his job. Now, to the 2 Carolina Panthers fans that are listening to this and wearing their Cam Newton jerseys, I understand why y'all did it. Brandon's pretty spot on. Nobody wants to go play for the Panthers right now. I get it. But hey, there are a few states where if you have that much money, you can live a very fantastic life.
Yep.
With like eight. Let's just say he never plays a down, $80 million guaranteed. You're set in Carolina.
In Carolina, you're set.
Well, he's probably not gonna stay in Carolina.
Like, but like, let's say he did. Like, let's say
Yeah.
he uprooted his whole family and was like, you know what, I'm gonna live in Carolina. There's some posh parts of Carolina that he can go live in. But yeah, you know what? All the power to the Carolina Panthers. I hope they do some things this year. I really do. I think that would be a fun little story for him. Boy Mafe goes from the Seahawks to the Bengals, 3 years, $60 million. The Bengals lost Trey Hendrickson, 17 and a half sacks last year. Woo. And they lost Joseph Osai. But they signed Mafe, who had 2.5 regular season sacks last year. Is this a downgrade, literal move, hidden gem? Do the Bengals know something we don't?
I think it's a downgrade, to be honest.
Downgrade, but they need
think
someone there.
But it also
They need
depends,
someone on the
like,
defense.
what was the relationship with Trey Hendrickson? Because that's it too, right? Trey Hendrickson just been like, fuck it, I ain't, because they didn't even tag him. So
Yeah.
Well,
it makes me think there was nothing, like they're both like, fuck it, we're out.
Yeah,
You're out, we're out.
Yeah, I think like they had gone through their SAG already like two times the last 2 years. So I think it was just like at that point they're just like, you know what, fuck it. And I think he voiced concerns like he wanted to be traded. They didn't trade him in the middle of the year. He was like, fucking trade me, like let me go play somewhere. And they're like, nope.
But now they look stupid for not trading him.
yeah, they
Because
could
now,
have got.
now they let him walk for nothing.
What's Trey Hendrickson fetch you? If you're trading him in the middle of the season, to a
Well, he could have
contender?
got it first.
Easy, right?
Easy.
Easy first. You probably could have had the Cowboys first. You probably could have baited that 12th overall pick. You could have had the 10th and 12th overall pick. Now, obviously, maybe they don't finish as bad if they had Trey Hendrickson, but you could have easily had a first and then some. So it's just like that's like stupid thinking. It's also they're like, oh well, we don't want to punt the season, our fan base. Joe Burrow, he would be very disappointed if we punted the season. Great, you have
He already is disappointed.
you still finished or you finished.
You know what you could use that extra first round pick on?
Fuck it.
Another fucking offensive lineman to protect Joe Burrow because he's gonna fucking need it now.
Yeah.
He's got to go six games a year now. You got to see T.J. Watt,
Miles
Garrett, or Max Crosby now.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
From a quarterback that's already getting killed. Now you got 6 games
And
a year.
your defensive guy just left.
And that's not even counting defensive players on. I don't know what their schedule is. What other fucking defensive players they got to play next year? Like
It is by God.
it's gonna be hunting season against Joe Burrow, and with his injury history, like that's why at the end of the season, Joe Burrow wasn't even he wasn't straight out saying I want to trade, but he was indirectly saying I want to trade. And if they don't fucking get him protection, they go into the spring OTAs and shit. And if he doesn't like what he sees, I just see him saying, fuck it, I'm out.
The thing
Yeah.
about football,
I see that too.
football is so much more different than like basketball or hockey in the sense of like you see players get traded to like different teams in hockey all the time. Like you see a guy flip from like one team to another team, and then he's now on his third team. In basketball too, you see like 3-4 trades in like a player's career. And he could win championships on his third team, or he didn't win on the first two. Football is very rare. You don't see a guy get flipped around too much. It's usually like the team that drafted you. And I think a lot of that is the franchise tagging and like the different tagging structures, but it's usually the team that drafted you. And then maybe you get one trade out of there.
But you also have guys lined up behind you in that spot
To
in
take your
position. Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like you look at Joe Burrow and it's like, yeah, how many teams could even afford a Joe Burrow trade?
Oh, if Joe Burrow becomes available, you're making room.
But it's like how many, and like what makes you like what situation if you were okay, let's just say give me your team. Joe Burrow's available, the team's calling up the Bengals, which team is it and what does the package look like? Give me like one team. Let's say the Steelers. Steelers want to make a trade. Let's just say the Bengals have lost their minds, they're willing to make a deal with the Steelers.
In division? That's going to fucking cost you.
Yeah, but let's
You
just
don't
say,
trade within your division.
let's just say the Steelers have called. What would be the price?
3 firsts is the starting.
Yeah, I think so.
That's the
Probably.
starting. Like that's the starting.
Micah Parsons can, if Max Crosby can fetch you 2 firsts.
Yeah, but you're also looking in division. In division, the price goes up.
Okay, let's just say it's not in division. Give me Cardinals. Cardinals have called.
I still think it's 3 first.
Yeah, 3 first.
Yeah, I think
always
it's,
No, that's what I mean. Like three first
But
out
when
of
you want to
division.
go to Arizona, right?
No, 3 first out of the division is gonna get the deal done. 3 first is like, oh, that's the starting. Okay, that's a good start. Now keep fucking
I'd probably
going.
say Minnesota. Go play with Justin Jefferson again.
yeah. So like Minnesota calls, you're asking for
Minnesota should be calling.
but that's the thing. I'm like, I don't understand why teams don't. Like, if you're Minnesota, what do you want to do with your 3 fucking first round picks? Go
if you
fuck,
can get Joe Burrow,
fuck the first round picks.
Like-
Go
You can
the
get
Bengals
Joe-
won't give it up. The Bengals won't give them away.
They won't, but like
won't
that's a
ever give
cheap
them away.
ownership group. And if you can get out of the hook of paying all of Joe Burrow's salary and you get 3 first round picks, and now suddenly Jamar Chase wants to leave, so you got to ship him out too. But hey, the
that'd be a
Bengals,
hell of a fast rebuild.
You
If you traded
yeah.
Burrow and Jamar Chase, you got them out of the amount of picks that you're getting out
you
of
would
that.
have like,
And then of
picks-
course you're trading everyone else because if you trade those 2, you're saying fucking blow everything
yeah,
up.
Higgins is gone.
So you're fucking trading everyone for picks. I mean
Yeah.
that would be a quick rebuild
you would
because you would get as long as you draft right.
like we're turning it into a little bit of a Madden thing, but like, hey, that's how you do it though. Like if I'm the Bengals, I'm like, I have a chance to like quickly turn this thing around where my team gets exponentially younger and I get to pile like, you imagine having 3 picks in the first round for the next 3 years minimum. And then you get like all these like other like maybe you get some seconds in there. Maybe you get like some thirds. Now you're like cooking. You could really go in and you have all the cap space in the world after 2 years of dead money and rookie deals. And you just pay for every stud on the offensive line, every stud on the defensive line. Yeah, you could turn this thing around and that would require major balls. And I don't think the Bengals owners have major balls. I don't think they've got that. I think they're cheap ownership group. They're probably looking at this like, fuck, Joe Burrow's the only one selling our jerseys.
But then what would you do if Joe Burrow's like, I went home, bye?
But that's what's going to happen though. Like, I mean, this year is their best year to they have to make the playoffs.
They have to.
Yeah.
Like there's no excuse. And I know the Ravens are going to be back and I know the Steelers with Big Mike are going to be thumping their chest, but like this is the year where it's as wide open as it was last year. And your quarterback has to, you got to keep him upright. He keeps taking hits. You're gone. You're
And
done.
you have the easier strength of schedule in your
They're
division.
the only team that kept the coach from last year.
yeah. In your division too.
So
yeah.
it's like you're not changing playbook. For the most part, everybody knows the scheme.
And so it's like this year is a make it or break it. And if
Because the offense wasn't the problem.
no,
Other than the
totally
offensive line.
Other than the offensive
it was the
line.
defense that was the
Yeah.
issue. Like even Joe Flacco had him playing relevant games, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, like the offense is there. They just have to play defense. But you know what? If they don't do it this year, yeah, that might be.
I look at NFC, AFC comparable. The Bengals are the Cowboys of the AFC. If
That's-
you look at it, their
No, yeah.
offense is
like player wise, okay. I was
their
like,
offense is pretty.
Jerry Jones is gonna punch me through. The,
Oh,
punch me
no,
through my
no.
screen.
They're like the Temu version in terms of ownership.
Oh, but
compared
yeah,
to the
yeah, I
Cowboys,
can see like it's
but
a high octane offense, no
Exactly,
defense.
yeah.
Yeah. But you know, if I'm Joe
a couple
Burrow,
pieces.
and if the things don't work out this year, you know where if I am picking my destination, you talked about it earlier. I'm calling Mr. Sean McVay, and I'm saying I would like to come
Yeah,
play with
that'd be
Puka
fit.
Nakua. I would like to be a star. Apparently, Mr. Joe Burrow is out there flirting with Jessica Alba in Las Vegas. The big gambler, our boy Joe Burrow. But he, like, you know what? LA quarterback, all the lights. You know, Joe Burrow's built for LA.
Oh, he's built for LA.
Yeah.
You know, he's built for Showtime. So it's like you take him down there, and then he has the time of his life. I think that's where I'm
That
going.
could happen, yeah.
If I'm him, that's where I'm calling the shots and being like, you know what? I want to go there, or I want to go Miami, or I want to go like somewhere where it's like I've done my dues for the.
But you
gods
want
of
to go
football.
Miami. You want to go to LA. You want to win a Super Bowl.
And we know the Rams have no issue with trading their first round picks.
Yeah.
And if there's a team,
They've
with,
traded them all except for last year when they drafted Jared Verse.
You swapped Stafford for Burrow,
They just
you're
traded
still-
their first
still
round pick
contender.
this year. I mean, it helps they've got Atlantis first too, but
yeah,
I
no,
wouldn't even be surprised if they end up trading that.
yeah.
But if you're the Rams, you don't miss a beat. You lose Stafford, you got Burrow. You're
Yeah,
Still-
That's what I mean. They don't
Still
give
a
and they don't give a
contender.
shit about trading their first.
I don't care
three
about
firsts.
picks.
Fucking here you go.
The guy we
they
beat
won't
in the
even
Super Bowl.
hesitate.
here's 3 firsts
Yeah.
and like Devontae Adams for good luck. Here you go, enjoy. But that's another team. I'm like, you look at that.
That's fucked.
Another team that I think could make who has the balls to do it. Detroit. If they're like, did Jared
Yeah.
Goff's not going anywhere? Like, we're not doing shit with Jared Goff. Hey, come on over, Joe Burrow. You get fucking Jameer Gibbs, and you get Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you get basically anything you want. The city of Detroit will pay for everything. Ford family loves you. And you got that. You got historic franchise. You're able to. You bring a title to Detroit. You're the god. That's like. There's teams out there now that we're actually talking it through that I'm like, okay, it's not the bottom dwellers. Like, it's not going to be the Jets.
No.
It's not going to be.
Oh, no.
it's
Well,
not-
he wouldn't want to go to those teams, right?
Exactly.
He'd want to go to
No,
a
he's
contender.
going. Yeah, and
But like, if you play like you're looking at the scenario like this year, but like let's say you play the scenario down 2 years down the road, or like 3, most likely
Yeah.
2.
Well, the Rams is an option 2 years down the road.
2 years. Rams are
Because how
option
old
2 years down the
Stafford's
road.
going to be like 40.
My boy, hate to say it, the Cowboys could be an option down the road.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that
You
too.
never know. Dak Prescott's contract comes up and they go, let's dance. And they go out and they go get Joe Burrow. So that there's plenty of teams. Texans, like if the Texans move out of CJ Stroud and they're like, you know what? Fuck it. Here you go.
That might work out even better sending CJ Stroud to Cincinnati.
You never know. A little
You
swap.
need a quarterback.
A swap, CJ Stroud and 3 first-round picks. Here you go. Enjoy, have fun. We'll pay a signing bonus. Welcome to Houston, Joe Burrow. So it's like, I don't know. Now suddenly talking this thing through with you guys, I've suddenly realized, yeah,
well, that's what I mean. If a guy like Burrow becomes available, you make if you want
Make it
him,
available.
you make it happen. You create the space.
Otherwise, you're gonna end up with
your
guys
picks,
like
fuck them picks,
Geno
man.
Smith
If you can
and
get a
Kirk
guy like
Cousins and-
fucking Joe Burrow, fuck them picks.
yeah.
They're gonna be they're gonna be fucking late round, first
they're
round
gonna be
picks
like
anyways.
second round picks
Yeah.
anyways. If you're picking like 30, 31st, 32nd, it's like a second round pick. Who cares?
Exactly.
Fellas, couple other blockbusters. Tyler Linderbaum going from the Ravens to the Raiders. The moment I saw Tyler Linderbaum go onto like the free agency market where they're like, this guy's become a free agent, I'm like, yep, he's about to shatter the market. Shatter the market at this level, I wasn't sure. He got 3 years, $81 million, $60 million guaranteed. He's the highest paid interior offensive line ever.
Well, we talked about the entire thing. Like the Raiders, it's the same with the Bengals. You gotta fucking upgrade that offensive line. And especially if you're bringing in Mendoza, you're investing your first overall pick in Mendoza. You're going to want to fucking protect him.
What's the most valuable asset for a football team? Their quarterback.
Quarterback.
So there you go.
You got to get the insurance. So you pick up your center, 3-time Pro Bowler. You're going to have,
those are hard to find.
and that's going to be your guy down. Like that's going to be Mendoza's guy.
But you
And-
look at
Then you look at Genty too. Now you've got a Pro Bowl center to run behind. And you're going to make they could draft another guy because now they've got that, was it the
late
14th?
pick.
14th pick now?
yeah.
So at 14, depending on how the draft goes, you can pick up another offensive tackle, offensive guard if you want.
Now what I like about like this with this whole Raiders thing is, you know, in hockey we talk about make your kids play right-handed, especially defense, because there's not a lot of them. In Canada, it's make your kids play goalie. As there's a goalie crisis. There's apparently no good goalies left in Canada. If I had to pick a position for my kid and I was like, okay, you know what? I know he's gonna like I could mutate the genetics to make him like this build. I would make him a center. Cause yeah, the grocery bill is gonna costing me my kidney.
That's what I was going to say.
But how many elite centers are there in the league where they're
Not a
almost a
lot.
game changer? And if you think about it, we talked about you got to protect the most valuable asset on the team. You also who's the person that gets the quarterback the ball?
Center.
Yeah.
It's the center. It's the center's ability to snap the ball and then go right into protecting the quarterback.
And they're usually the captain of the offensive line.
100%. And it's like, this is a home run for the Raiders. I know they've paid a whole fucking wad of money. The Raiders don't give a fuck about that. They're selling out arenas and they suck.
Yeah.
Like they don't care. Like they got elite.
It's
like
Vegas.
they got Vegas to pay for their arena. They got a reputable brand. Raiders sell jerseys no matter what. They're like one of the few teams in the NFL that can do that. They've got fan bases that travel from around the world to come to Las Vegas to watch other teams play the Raiders. We're not even talking about watch the Raiders play. We're talking about like
That's a destination.
the destination for teams. And it's not to mention they got no other cap commitments. Now that Max Crosby's gone, who else are they paying? Everybody's on a rookie deal. So now you get Tyler Linderbaum, who's played on the Ravens, played like at a Pro Bowl level, been one of the best at his positions, and you didn't cost you a single draft pick. You have all your draft picks intact. You get to go up and smile on stage while you get to sell and print money while selling Mendoza jerseys. I don't know. Home run to me.
Oh yeah, it's a great sign. They had a great day overall.
Jamal Dean, Bucks to Steelers. 3 years, $36.7 million. 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles in 2025. Joins Joey Porter Jr. in Pittsburgh's secondary. Steelers cornerback room quietly became one of the AFC's best in a single afternoon. Steelers did a lot of work today.
Yeah.
It's,
Quite a bit.
it's like
They
all that
also-
bullying you did to them throughout the last few weeks has finally come in clutch, where we've bullied Omar Khan into making sound decisions.
I really think it was even the NFLPA report card for the year.
That was
they
bad.
gave them the worst grade.
That was
it just lit a fire under their ass and was like, hey, you got to change
We
shit.
gotta fucking do
The
something.
fact that you
Yeah.
guys got rated worse than the
Yeah.
Bengals,
Yeah. How the fuck? Our two grades that were A were head coach and special teams coordinator, and they're gone.
yeah,
So we didn't even get an A.
yep.
We just got fucking F and
Basically.
C minus across
Basically.
the board.
We talked about this earlier. Trent McDuffie got traded from the Chiefs to the Rams. Kansas City gets a 2026 first and a 2026 fifth, plus a sixth and a 27 third. That's a big that's a big haul. It's a big haul. Like we said, the Rams are the teams that goes fucking picks. Mahomes posted, they really traded my guy with a sad face emoji. Chris Jones also went public with frustration. All-pro cornerback gone for draft capital. Is this the move that signals Kansas City's dynasty is over, or is this a replenishing move that was needed?
Well,
The dynasty's over.
if they kept McDuffie, they're not getting Kenneth Walker.
Yeah.
So it freed up all that money.
Yeah.
And now at 10, that's where
You
they're
feel
10,
that
right?
spot. You feel McDuffie's spot.
You get a cornerback at 10.
You could get a
You get
corner.
Monsieur
Yeah.
Delane at 10.
I think that's why they made that deal.
I almost think that at 10 though, you maybe
Smart
get like a
move.
Chris Jones replacement. You with a big boy on the defensive line, or even
You never know.
linebacker.
Someone on that defensive side is going to fault you now.
Hey, you look at Sonny Styles had a hell of a combine. He could pop up there and
I think Sonny Styles is top 5 now. Or
no.
6.
They're still going to get a solid player there.
No, his. I was there's some guys that you just don't want to have the good combine. Like Dallas Cowboys did not want Sonny Styles to have the combine he did because every mock had Sonny Styles going to Dallas.
I
Dallas knows
Well,
what
that's
Sonny
why I
Styles
asked
can
you
do.
last podcast.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like, if you're the Cowboys, do you trade up?
No.
I had a dream.
I was telling you guys that all along.
Yeah.
I had a great
But
dream.
that's what I mean. As soon as he had that combine, it's like, nope, he's no way he's fucking there at 12.
I was
no
a little,
fucking
I was,
way.
I was a little under the weather. I had some cough syrup, and I had
In your dream?
No, and like actually had some cough syrup, and I had a great dream. It was Sonny Styles interviewing at the combine, but it was walking through all the interviews that he had, and Sonny Styles drank a lot of water that day, and he would just go into the interview and start pissing on the table. And I had that dream because I
think
was
that
like,
was Makai Lemons.
Makai Lemon.
I think that was
Yeah.
Makai Lemon's actual interview.
It was, and it was stupid idiot. But what I thought was as Brandon said, if Sonny Styles could piss on teams 1 to 11, we just have a surefire way of drafting this guy. And now I don't think we do. So I think he's going top 5. I don't, and I really don't want him going to the Giants.
No.
That would make it
He's-
all the points worse.
He's going. I think he's going to the Giants or he's going to the Commanders at 7.
Jeez Louise. He's going to be pissing on the Cowboys. So it's gonna be
I don't think there's no way he's there at 12 now. There's no fucking way.
last one, fellas. Max Crosby. We talked about it. Raiders trading Max Crosby for a 2026-2027 first-round pick from the Baltimore Ravens. This is interesting because they have Lamar, they've got Roquan Smith, Kyle Hamilton. This is just very... I don't get sometimes how teams operate. You had in Harbaugh a defensive first coach, correct? He was a defense first, very defensive minded. And you fired him and you brought over, who did they bring over? What was the guy's name?
It was an offensive.
It was an offensive minded coach though.
They also got rid of Mike McDonald, who is a defensive guy.
Who was a defensive guy from that now coached into a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that they spent these assets to get a defensive guy, and like their philosophy has always been Lamar Jackson does not have enough weapons to throw the ball to, or like there's no one there that he can like work with, kind of thing. So the question is, are they AFC's number one team?
They got to prove it. I'm not saying yes. They have the potential. They definitely have the
They're
potential.
going to be in the battle.
I think that Linderbaum
but they're
loss.
unproven.
But yeah, that Linderbaum loss is going to be
bigger
huge.
than they think.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge price to pay for Max Crosby. And let me tell you though, I don't want to do this. This might be very early, but I think they're my way too early Super Bowl team.
Baltimore.
Yuck.
I think they are.
Yuck.
I think they're gonna be my way
Like I
too
said,
early.
I think I love the Max Crosby to the Ravens. Like they do need help in other areas, but when you can bring a guy like Max Crosby to the Ravens, like we talk about certain teams, you got to have that mentality to play. Like Max Crosby was a Raider. You know, the Ravens have a very similar mindset when it comes to defense, when it comes to that nastiness, that swag on defense.
Yeah.
He fits that mold like instantly.
Like the Ray Lewis style.
Exactly.
But you look at, they also got on the offensive side the offensive equivalent of him in fucking Derrick Henry.
Mm-hmm.
You have a couple of dogs that have not had success. Like Max Crosby has not had success. Like he has not had like team success. He's a great individual success. He has not had team success. Derrick Henry, albeit has had great individual seasons, has not had team success. They could take this as an opportunity to build together. Lamar Jackson took a lot of heat last year. He's won MVPs. He's had individual
He was
success.
also injured for a few games.
Right? You lost, exactly. You lost him. Like now is the time. Like we talk about windows closing with San Francisco. Windows could close quick here in Baltimore.
Oh yeah.
Like this thing could hit the road sideways.
There's a lot of teams where the windows.
Well, like I
close.
said, like this year this past year, it had to have been the Ravens or the Bills, and they both faltered. Like they're not going to have that many more chances, especially now that Kansas City. You're going to have Kansas City's got Kenneth Walker, whoever they draft with that 10th overall pick. You're going to have Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy, healthy, Kelsey. The guys like we've talked about. The
They're
guys
back in it.
the guys finally have an offseason to rest. They're coming back pissed.
Yeah.
They're coming back on a fucking mission because they know their window's closing too. This has got to be Kelsey's last year. Like,
Yeah, if it is.
Oh, we want to talk about the Chiefs? Let's talk about the Chiefs. Let's dive into the Chiefs. That was my next segment. This is perfect.
we
Great,
go.
great segue here.
there we go.
Okay, so we talked about McDuffie, right? They've got they've traded McDuffie. They've added capital. Mahomes visibly upset. Chris Jones visibly upset. Chris Jones, I've also seen, and I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but look at Chris Jones in moments when they're not doing well. He cannot keep it together.
No.
Like he is just losing it.
Yeah.
And I think that's like a big
Reminds me of a guy in our ice hockey team, right?
that is quite true. Reminds me of a certain wheelman.
Very true.
But it's that's what you got to look at your leadership to be like act like you've been there before. A lot of times this past year, Chris Jones was losing his mind. I know he's had the holdouts. I know other things have gone on in his personal life, but I hate to say it, man, that guy might be next. Like in the terms of like a guy they get rid of and they record like they
That's
just
why I'm saying
replenish.
their pick this year.
Yeah, like
Maybe they do
I would
that.
not be surprised if they go for a Chris Jones light replacement and they just go, all right, on to the next. Like we're gonna move you through, cycle you through. But they also signed Kenneth Walker. We talked about him. That's a huge deal. Mahomes, you talk about Mahomes being sad about McDuffie. He was right on social media right away with praise for that for that signing. Same day, same GM, completely different emotions.
Well, that's what I mean. If you don't trade McDuffie, you're not getting Kenneth Walker.
No.
So
you got it's the business. Right?
Exactly.
And
I think that was a solid trade for both teams.
Yeah. You got so basically you got McDuffie for Kenneth Walker, pick number 29, a 2026 5th, 6th, and 2027 3rd.
And you didn't have to pay McDuffie's extension, which you can't afford.
So I think that was a win.
Yeah, for sure.
Travis Kelce re-signed. He's back for year 14. That's just, I really hope that this extended offseason that Travis Kelce had pays dividends. Like I hope he has a little bit more juice because
I just don't think he wanted to retire that
on a
way.
losing note.
On a losing note.
Yeah.
Like I think he's gonna run it back on this. Like if they made the playoffs and lost even like a championship, like the AFC championship game they lost, I think he would have
if you're
retired.
tired, you're just gonna follow Taylor Swift around wherever she goes.
That's not a
Not a bad life.
That's not a
That's not
bad
bad,
life,
but
man.
Kick is like, fuck it. Be your own man. Be a man. Break up with your girl a month before the wedding.
Yeah.
Be a cowboy. They also signed Kyrus Tonga, defensive tackle from the Patriots. Okay, there you go. There's a 3-year, $21 million deal, $14 million guaranteed. They're filling that interior defense need. Patrick Mahomes is the big question mark. He's recovering from a torn ACL suffered in week 14. His timeline is a little bit uncertain. He could miss some early regular season games in 2026. Now, fellas, Chiefs fans, if they're listening to this, I know they're a little obnoxious. They think they're going to win it every year, which who knows? Yeah. Maybe they're right. Maybe they are going to win it every year. We don't know. Up until this year, that's how it felt. All of this social media stuff that's going on with their star players, all of this talk about Kelce retiring, staying, the distraction of Taylor Swift, of Rashee Rice is out there fucking on a menacing tour. I don't know what the fuck Rashee Rice is up to, but someone needs to steal his phone. He's banging Ruby Rose, and I think she's making him lose brain cells as he's fucking posting the wildest shit on social media. So hopefully Mr. Rice can keep it together and stay clean. Don't do anything stupid. But we talk about character guys like Kenneth Walker joining the team. Is this the end of a dynasty, but a start or the potential start to start the next chapter of it? Or are the Chiefs just going to keep on rolling? Like this is like when I say end of the dynasty, I mean, are the Chiefs going to go into that bona fide role of we're the Chiefs and we're expected to win every single game from any stadium at any time throughout the year? Or are they a little bit more human? Because I think this year kind of showed them to be a lot more human than most people thought they were going to be. So my question is that, are they still the unstoppable force that they were outside of this year? Or are they a little bit back down to earth now? I'll let you fellas.
I think it's a little bit back down to earth.
Yeah.
They're getting older. Mahomes coming off an injury.
Yep. And
but they're still right there contending for.
But you also see
they're still a contender.
But you also see coaching wise, right? Like Andy Reid's ran some questionable plays, or maybe they were Mahomes changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Some of the plays have been a little questionable. So is the coaching message going dry, or is it going stale? That you see that happen a lot sometimes in professional sports, where the same message over and over again is not being delivered. And we talked about it. Chris Jones losing his mind, Travis Kelce losing his mind.
Yeah, I think it's going to be like the last kind of gasp for relevancy in terms of being the team.
They can't miss. They can't miss plays.
Like I think with this draft pick, this high draft pick, and every draft pick and free agency, I think they're like all the chips are in because Kelce's getting older. Coaching staff maybe is going to be moving on. Chris Jones is getting older. We've lost McDuffie. So all these like core pieces, maybe they're not going to have them in the next year or two. So I think they're kind of all chips, balls to the wall. Let's try and get it done.
So what I want to see him do is I want to see him draft that kid from Oregon, the tight end, with their last
Sadiq.
With the pick from the Rams.
Oh, from the Rams. That's actually a great spot.
That's what I want to see.
I was thinking the other route.
Which one?
Oh, you pick what, 8th overall? Maybe you go for a receiver.
Fuck no.
And then 29th,
Fuck
you go
no.
for a defensive player.
Fuck no.
No, I just think the thing about taking a receiver there is like
If a guy you really like is there,
if you have
Yeah, take
if
him.
Carnell Tate's there, you got to think about it. I think if Carnell Tate's there, you got to think about it purely out of the point of like you don't know if Rashee Rice is going to be fucking in
That's
jail
true.
or
Yeah.
suspended, so you have to think about Carnell Tate. I don't know if you have to think like maybe Jordan Tyson. Okay, now I'm talking myself into a Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate, so maybe they could
I
take a
think-
receiver.
No, I think you're on a
Maybe.
good track with Sadiq at 29.
My point,
it depends who's available.
my
right?
point of that is the Chiefs almost have to look at the Rams. They have to look at the Rams in the sense of like,
Succession.
yes, they've got to find the Rams found a way for Cooper Kupp. They got Puka Nacua in there, and they're like, all right, this was fun, buddy. Enjoy yourself, right? Like, have a great time. Get out of here. I think they need to do that with Travis Kelce because I don't think they can have this whole will Kelce return for year 15 with
I
the
don't
Chiefs.
think so. I think this is Kelsey's
Yeah.
last year.
And I think regardless of that, I think if you draft a tight end at 29, or like, I think they're picking 29, if you draft a tight end there, or let's say you drafted him in the second round or whatever, but you make that pick clear, it's almost like, no, you're not going to make that decision for us. We've already made that decision for you. It's almost like the Steelers, if they had gone out today and they had gone out and gotten Willis, for example.
But that's also a talk that with Kelsey being there for 14 years, that's not something you just do behind his back. That's a conversation you have
yeah.
with him and be like, look,
But I think he also knows like this is the end of the road.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and
If
I-
they did that, he couldn't be like pissed off.
And that's where I'm
About
going to add on to you. Like, I agree they're pushing all their chips in now. Like, this is the end of one dynasty, but it could transition to the next. Like, you got all your core
sure.
players, your core players of the past are all gone or are about to retire.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Chris Jones is next.
And then Tyreek Hill was part of
and-
that
yeah.
whole dynasty.
and they're out. But if you can, like with having Kenneth Walker, if Rashee Rice stays clean, if Xavier Worthy's healthy, you add in one more, yeah, you add in Sadiq, or you add in one more receiver to that offense, and as long as you can rebuild, because like with trading McDuffie at 10. You're gonna have option at one of the top corners if that's
Yeah.
what you want to do. Like if Mansour Delane is there at 10 and that's the guy you want.
I think that's why they made that deal, right? From
exactly.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. And I think you guys, I don't think there's a wrong answer with this, or like a correct or wrong answer with this. I think it can be both. It can be, they can have like a new chapter opening up and like maybe they go back into dominance, but they've got to hit on these picks.
They've got to hit on the picks.
Yeah.
Like
They got to come in pissed off on like there's because every team is still going to because now that they've shown that they're human, every team when they play them is still going to punch them while they're down
yeah, and
because you don't want Kansas City to get confidence. You don't want them to get on a roll. So every team when they go into Kansas City or they welcome Kansas City to them, they're still going to team. That's still going to be a bunch of team Super Bowl.
And I think the way they win is important. Like when you talk about they need to be pissed off, a lot of the wins they came against that year they played the Eagles in the Super Bowl recently. They were coming from behind in the fourth quarter. There were these miracle field goals.
Yeah, no, they got to start doing more wire to wire.
Refs were bailing them out, and like there's pass interference calls with like 10 seconds to go that were helping them out. It's almost got to be like Patrick Mahomes coming down. They're up. Patrick Mahomes not playing the fourth quarter because they're up by so much. Like it's got to be like there's got to be an embarrassing amount of like, you know what, like the Chiefs are embarrassing us. They're kicking our ass. Like we got no answer for them. Like that's when they're their best.
And that's the thing with adding Kenneth Walker too, though. Those drives they can sustain longer drives.
Yeah.
You know, you can have your 7, 8, 9 minute long drives. Now you've got a bona fide number one running back.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. You know what? We'll be keeping tabs on the Chiefs, of course, like everybody else. But it'll be interesting. Hopefully I run into Mr. Travis when I'm there in Pittsburgh. I'm gonna say hello to him. We're all gonna be there in Pittsburgh. So if you're listening to this podcast, you guys want to take KK the Love Machine for a little spin around town. You know, the Love Machine will be there. He'll be signing autographs. Matthew will be there. Both cheeks available for any eligible ladies that want to give Matthew a kiss on the cheek, inmates included.
Inmates
It's included. We're
Just bring him some fucking flowers.
Yeah, just bring Matthew some fucking flowers, all right?
Hey, they're bringing flowers to Pittsburgh. Remember,
They
you
are.
said they're planning a
They're
bunch of shit
planning a
there.
bunch of flowers in Pittsburgh right now for the
Steel
draft.
City's going green.
They heard what Matthew said about the importance of flowers.
yeah, and they're
they're
bringing them.
they're
They're
like-
bringing the flowers for me.
Or you best believe we're going to capture
Yeah.
all the flowers on our social media. If you are not
You bring the
following us-
doves out too. We'll
Hey.
get the limo and the white suits and everything.
Hey, who's getting married? Hello. Red Zone Blitz Pod on social media, X, Instagram, TikTok. Give us a follow. We're going to be posting some really cool behind the scenes content from the NFL draft. We're going to have hopefully some interviews going on. Crazy pictures, maybe some drunken adventures.
Oh, there will be drunken adventures.
You just stay tuned. Stay tuned. We might be playing craps live on the podcast account. Who knows?
With Snoop Dogg?
With Snoop Dogg there.
I asked him the other day in the dressing room.
Really?
What's your plan? What would make your Pittsburgh visit? Would it be smoking a joint with Snoop Dogg?
Oh man.
He's like, no, I can't do that.
Like one puff.
One puff.
Mr. Dog.
We'll see you on the plane ride home if you make it.
Mr. Snoop, if you're listening to this, sir, we are big fans over here at the Red Zone Blitz Pod. The KK the Love Machine has put in a request, so please reach out to us, Snoop Dogg's team. We would love to smoke one with the OG. All right, let's talk about them. Pittsburgh, we're going there. The Steelers, they had a little bit of a rough fall. They gave us our most viral moment ever when we manifested Mike McCarthy becoming their head coach. Then they gave us our other viral moment when they hired Mike McCarthy to be head coach. You know what? They've had a good day. So I'm gonna go through Matthew. Since this is your team, I'm gonna go through their moves, and I want you to give me a letter grade.
Sure.
Okay, Michael Pittman Jr. That was a trade. They got some late picks swapped. They signed him to an extension, 3 years, $58 million.
I think the late pick for Pittman, who in my opinion was the number one receiver in Indianapolis. The Pitt man is coming to Pittsburgh. He's leaving Leaky Oil Stadium. Perfect. I love it. Compliments Metcalf on the other side. I think it's a good deal. 3 years. I mean, maybe they paid him a little too much. He's not like the first name I would have liked them to go after in free agency for a receiver, and I would like them to draft one. I still would like them to draft one. I would give them a B+ for that.
Yeah, well, I'm impressed. Honestly, like the fact that they were able to think creatively
Yeah.
and like I don't know if they knew what the fuck the Colts were going to do with Alec Pierce ahead of time. And I don't know if those conversations were had like, hey, are you about to do this? Or if it's like they found out like everybody else and was like, hey, Michael Pittman, what's the price? All right, cool, let's do it. But
It was very un-Steeler like.
But
we're usually like boring, like you said.
But
we don't really do
the way
much.
you're in the Cowboys mecca now. You
Yeah,
guys are in
no,
Cowboys.
we're exciting now with Big Mike.
But I think you get a receiver that's also, you guys have had your bad receiver moments where you have drafted receivers that don't fit the mold of the Steelers.
Yeah.
Going all the way back to our very own Chase Claypool. It's like you go back
No,
to that.
he's in the valley.
But it's like after Antonio Brown got absolutely nuts. It's like you got Chase Claypool. No, that didn't work. Juju Smith-Schuster was doing TikTok dances. That didn't work. George Pickens, well, that didn't work for you guys. And like now it's like last year, who did you really have outside of DK?
Yeah, we didn't really have
All of Aaron Rodgers' boys.
No, but you had the
Yeah.
most success when Adam Thielen was there. Adam Thielen was
Yeah.
making plays, but Adam Thielen is a Steelers type of receiver.
Yeah.
He is a guy that you can go and put in Pittsburgh and be like, this guy represents the city and the Steelers in a great way.
Well, it's perfect. Yeah. I
And
think
Michael Pittman is the same mold.
he's like that guy. And that's the thing. Like, I think when it comes to Steeler receivers, you look at the guys that are humble team players, gritty receivers, and you think Hines Ward. Right?
Yeah.
So if you got I'm not saying Michael Pittman's Hines Ward, but he's not a diva
No,
like some of those other
and
receivers.
he doesn't quit on plays, and I think that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like you got him, and you get to have because DK can't work by himself. He needs a running mate, and DK works the best when his running mate can do these like slants or the underneaths, and then
Yeah.
he gets to run vertical and
Exactly.
use his frame. So it all depends on obviously who you guys get under center. But
Yeah.
I like the Pittman trade. Now
Are you talking about?
Yeah,
are
I
you
like
talking
that
about
too.
dreams before. And apparently, he's said his wife had a dream that he was in a Steelers uniform.
Pittman did?
Yeah,
Okay.
he tweeted that out. So
Well,
maybe he
corniest
just
fucking
said
thing
that.
to say. But
maybe he just said that.
yeah,
I
he
don't
just
know.
said that, so you Yinzers will be happy
Yeah.
with him. He's like, yeah, you hear that, Dad? He was dreaming about us.
Yeah,
Rico Dowdle. So you talked about his terms early, but back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. Cowboys 24, Panthers 25. Reunites with his boy Mike McCarthy. Upgrades the backfield immediately. What would you give this?
I think I'd give it an A-. I think terms of the deal, price, back-to-back 1,000-yard season is great. Losing Gainwell, we kind of needed a guy that could be like a third down, short back, red zone, goal line back. I think he complements Warren well. Warren's good receiving. He can just be, I think, honestly, I would run Rico Dowdle running back one. You were
yeah,
saying it
I run
before.
him into the ground.
I think he deserves it.
yeah,
The way he's been playing
I
so
would
far.
just run him into the ground and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Like, just let him go. Jamal Dean, cornerback. We talked about this one as well. 3 years, $36.75 million. 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles. Joey Porter Jr. secondary went from question mark to strength in one afternoon. What would you give it?
I'd give it a B. Now, I do like it in terms of, he won the Super Bowl. He's experienced. He can help Joey Porter Jr. I just think like at the pick they have this year at 20, there was an option maybe going corner, going younger. And Jamal Dean's not old, but I just thought with Ramsey there and Asante Samuel, they just recently signed, and Kyle Duggar, I thought they would have gone a little bit younger. So I'm a little surprised about it, but I mean, I still like the deal. I think it's not bad.
What would you give it?
A B.
B?
Yeah.
Nice. Cornerback, Asante Samuel Jr. You just mentioned him. Smart,
Yeah.
cheap retention. 1 year, $4 million.
Same thing. I think a B. Cornerback, receiver, and QB is basically what they need to figure out this offseason. So it's not bad. I think it's a good addition to the cornerback room.
All right. And the last one, and I guess we can all chime in for this.
Yes, please.
The quarterback situation, fellas, that's still unsolved. Okay. You can pick out of whoever's left.
It's like a game of Clue.
Who you guys who's the quarterback that you want in Pittsburgh?
I think it's still gonna be Aaron Rodgers.
I agree.
I don't see them winning with
Only
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers, though? Only?
Unless you're taking a flyer and like
I think they're gonna draft somebody, but
you're
I
gonna
think,
draft. Yeah, that's what I
but
mean.
I
Like
think
I think
they're
you
gonna-
draft, but Aaron Rodgers is gonna be the starting quarterback. I think it just
I think
because
you might-
otherwise, are you going? You're either it's Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, or Kyler Murray. Because you're not trading for another quarterback.
I
Unless
wouldn't
you're
go with
waiting for the
Rodgers, though.
fucking Browns
I don't see
to release
Rodgers
one of
winning
theirs.
in Pittsburgh. I don't see him taking the Steelers to like Super Bowl.
But then who else is? Do you see Kirk Cousins doing anything in Pittsburgh? Do you see Kyler Murray? Kyler Murray doesn't fit Pittsburgh's.
I mean, I'm flattered that you mentioned the Steelers and Super Bowl in
Yeah.
the same
You
sentence
hear
this
that?
year.
Well,
Because I'm a little...
the pieces are there. The division's there. You just need a quarterback.
Yeah,
They have a
they're-
solid defense.
The problem is if the
They
Steelers
found a receiver. They got a running back.
the Steelers can't not try for a Super Bowl.
Oh, like every team's gunning for a Super Bowl.
No, not everyone. Not everyone. There's some
Come
teams.
on.
There are some
Every team
teams.
is.
No, but like some teams are rebuilding. Like you see
Yeah.
it, like you're like, okay, you're a rebuilding team on the upswing.
Right.
The trade for Michael Pittman doesn't scream to me like, hey, we're rebuilding, we're getting younger, we're doing this. It screams to me like,
Yeah.
hey, well, this is our window.
It's
just
tough.
need-
I don't want Aaron Rodgers there, but you don't really have anybody else.
There's
right?
not really a lot of options. My
Yeah.
opinion, I agree with Brandon. I think Aaron Rodgers will come back because of McCarthy. Now, I'm an LSU fan, so I hate saying this, and you mentioned it before, and I did see his combine was pretty decent. Now, I'm not saying I would take him at 20, but I'm saying if he goes second or third round, maybe take a look at Ty Simpson. Maybe. Not for a first round pick.
I think there's gonna be
but
I
I'm
was
saying-
looking more at a Drew Aller or a Nussmeier in Pittsburgh.
Eh.
They fit the Pittsburgh.
The thing with
Thing,
Simpson,
right?
though, that
You're-
impressed me is that, and they were saying in the combine, his footwork was great. He was making beautiful throws. But I think in terms of like a guy that can learn, really quickly. He's a quick learner, and I think he could learn a lot from Rodgers. I don't know about those other guys.
But you're not gonna.
I
I
don't
don't know if you're gonna. I think you're gonna get a team that's gonna either trade up and get him,
Yeah.
or you're gonna see him get taken in the first. I just think there's a bunch of these other teams that have like these really big question marks in quarterback. Like even though they may have that position filled right now, they've still got questions going down the road. And I just don't see Ty Simpson falling out. I do see them taking him. Like if they go down, like if the fucking Steelers go down, they go sign Kirk Cousins.
No.
But let's just say they do. Let's just say
That's the
Aaron
worst.
Rodgers.
That's the worst thing they could do.
Aaron Rodgers went to Minnesota. Now Kirk Cousins, congratulations, you're a Pittsburgh Steeler. I can see them going in and taking like a Ty Simpson. But I also think they have a dude in Will Howard. I don't know what the hell Will Howard is. Nobody does.
Yeah.
And it's like the only person that really kind of can give you an idea about that is Aaron Rodgers. And that's the reason why I think he's going to come back is like if you're Pittsburgh, you have 1 year of Aaron Rodgers mentoring, teaching, being around Will Howard. He's got the best grasp of like, okay, this kid can do this really good and this not very good. Maybe you can take another guy like Ty Simpson, or you can completely go the other way, be like, this kid's ready to go.
So the problem I have heard with Will Howard is injuries are a problem. Like he was dealing with some injury this year. And the other thing is reading a playbook. Apparently, I saw reports that he's that could improve over time, but
You also got to realize Michael McCarthy is a quarterback's coach.
right?
That's
true.
That's what he started as.
Yeah.
That's his big
Right.
selling
Very
point.
Very true.
That's how he sold him on the job. Is like, hey, the next quarterback for the Steelers, I'm gonna develop him and make him into this.
So you're right. I kind of see him bringing Aaron back,
Yeah.
unless he has another QB in mind that he likes.
Yeah.
But I'm
I
sure
mean-
he'll have some sort of say.
Yeah. Every free agent quarterback right now is linked to the Steelers. Like I look at everything, they got Kyler Murray linked to the Steelers.
I just don't see
think
him
that's
as a fit.
That's
But
not
I
a fit.
think, but I also think a lot of the time, and like obviously we're in the same business, so we get it too. We do this all the time as well. Is sometimes you just say stuff because you're like, that team needs a quarterback. Here's a quarterback. People in those teams' fans are going to go absolutely fucking nuts. This would be really funny. Let's do it. Like it's like when we fired Zach Taylor and gave him Bill Belichick. Like it's like sometimes people just say stuff and like, yeah, Kyler
That is
Murray.
true.
Kyler Murray is a free agent quarterback, but does Kyler Murray fit all of the things that we talked about being a Steeler? No, not really. Like it doesn't fit the city or the brand itself. So I don't know.
Or the scheme, really.
Yeah, so like I just don't see that there. I see like an older head kind of like going in and be like, okay, you're the quarterback. Like, could they go for? You might see them going for like a Jake Browning, and that might be fucking unexciting. But like,
Yeah.
I was even thinking Geno Smith, but
yeah,
Smith's not going fucking anywhere, man.
I'd see Geno Smith, but
Geno Smith's
he's
not
a
getting
downgrade
signed.
from Aaron
No.
Rodgers as
Send-
well. Right?
send
The
Geno
thing
Smith
is,
back to
yeah.
the Jets. Send him
The
back
Geno
to
thing
the
is,
Smith's not
though-
going anywhere.
The thing is, like,
Carson Wentz. Like Carson Wentz could come
Yeah.
in. That's another guy.
chances are that it's likely that they're going to run it back with Rodgers. And if they do, they run it back the same QB room. You know, next year's QB draft class might be better than this year.
Yeah.
Maybe you get a QB next year in the first round and then you see where it goes. That could be
There's
the best option.
You could have worse options than having Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers as your option. You could have
Definitely.
You could have it worse. You could have it worse.
Any of those other quarterbacks.
Yeah, that is true. All right, fellas. Now this is a Cowboys household, as you know. Not the most exciting day. Okay, so we had a Rashawn Gary trade from the Packers. We love trading with the Packers for some reason. 2027 fourth round pick. Gary had 7.5 sacks each of the last 2 seasons, but he missed significant time to injury. Cowboys missed on Max Crosby and pivoted to Gary, who is likely going to be released. 28 years old, $18 million cap hit in 2026 with no guaranteed money remaining. So people on the internet screaming, Cowboys, I air quote this with fans, screaming, just losing their minds. He was going to be released. Why would you trade a fourth round pick? Because they thought there was going to be a bidding war. They thought that if Gary got released, went out into the open market, he was going to get paid more than $18 million that they're on the hook for. This is a great deal for the Cowboys because essentially you get a playable player on your defense for very, very cheap. And you know what? If it doesn't work out, you just send them packing. Like it's
There's
fucking
no
easy.
guaranteed money. Exactly.
There's no guaranteed money. And I don't understand why it's so hard for people to grasp. Like it's not that hard to think outside the picture here. Now, what I think happened is the Packers are ready to release Gary because he had a post up on Instagram like yesterday, basically thanking Green Bay for his time there. And then he claimed to get hacked because I'm like, yes, that would be the first thing a hacker would do. He would hack into your Instagram to post a heartfelt message to the city of Green Bay. And I think the Cowboys kind of got wind of Rashawn Gary getting released and was like, you know what, Green Bay, we'll take him off your hands. Like take a fourth. I don't hate it. I think you're basically assembling the Avengers. You got all the big boys in the middle. You got Kenny Clark. You got Osa Odigizua. You got Quinnen Williams, and now you got Rashawn Gary. And in a 3-4 scheme, he's probably going to be an outside linebacker. He's going to be dropping back in coverage. Christian Parker really has nice things to say with him, so I don't hate it. I think this is a good trade. Now, what I did hate was the Alex Pierce deal because George Pickens' franchise tag, as we talked about, is still sitting there at 27.3. Now our July 15th holdout becomes a little bit more real. And I know we talked about this already, but I thought I'd mention it again. Jalen Thompson, safety from Arizona. Now, 3 years, $36 million. Former Cardinals safety fills a long-standing safety need in Dallas.
Big time.
And we've watched a lot of Cowboys games where our safeties are going the wrong way from the play or they're turning inside out when they should be turning the other way. It's just not a good time. I think Jalen Thompson is a sneaky good signing by Jerry. Well done. Now, they still have cap space. There's no cornerback addition yet. As of recording, Trey Hendrickson has not been announced. There has been no announcement about that so far. I mean, Brandon, do you have anything to add? I think it's a little too early for me to.
How would you like if you went after Bobby Wagner?
Nah, I mean,
Cheap.
No,
That's mad.
Depending on the contract.
depending on the
it'd have to be
price.
cheap.
I think it'd be a good fit.
I think you would have to get I feel like you would have to get him at like a good price. I especially think with
Cheap
his age.
incentive laden.
Yeah, like I don't hate it. I feel like I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt of like they're doing things. And I know people are going to be very hard on them. Like, oh my God, what the fuck are you guys doing? You said you were going to blow up the budget, blah, blah, blah. And they very well might. Who knows? They still have 2 first-round picks. They might make a trade here and absolutely make us lose our minds. But I don't like the prices some of these guys went for. Like, I would have loved Nakobe Dean, but not at that price. I would have loved Reed Blankenship, but not at that price. I don't think they restructured these deals so they can sit there and do nothing. I think there's a certain price you pay for guys, and once you reach that price, you're like, all right, I'm not paying for him. I'm like, that's too much for him. So I would be like, I could see the Cowboys trading down in the draft. I could see them, getting some more. Please get some more day 2 picks. I'd like to see some more Cowboys drafted, but I do see like, hey, there might be some players out there that they're like, you know what, we want to get, and there might be a Pickens trade. You never know. You never know what they might do. So I'm gonna hold pat on my reaction. On their free agency so far.
Cowboys have never really made the day one splash though. Like even with the Jalen Thompson, that's our biggest free agent signing.
But a lot of those day one are just teams that are just overpaying.
Well, it's because look at the teams that were active. It was the Raiders, it was the Panthers, and the Saints
and the Steelers.
And Steelers. It's all teams that needed fucking help, and they went out and they got it. And some of those teams you look at a team like the Raiders, they overpaid for Linderbaum, but is it a great signing? Absolutely. Can they afford it? Oh yeah, and that sets them up for what they're going to do in the draft if they take Mendoza.
You're just at different stages. I think when you have the highest paid quarterback, one of the highest paid receivers, and potentially
about to have the second,
about to have the other highest paid receiver, I think you have to kind of look at it a little differently. And I know they're going to sign. They got to probably take out $30 million out of their remaining cap space to sign George Pickens at least. So it's like you got to work and operate a little bit differently. I don't hate it. Listen, they're still going to go in there and draft. I trust this team when it comes to drafting.
Yeah,
Will McClay can do his thing. Please give me all defense. Like, give me a bunch of defensive players. Can we get a Caleb Downs slide? That would be awesome. Phyllis, some rapid fire. Who's the winner of the day so far?
I got the Raiders, man. I think the Raiders actually did pretty well, hitting on a lot of defensive players this year.
Nice.
I also think the Steelers did really good. They filled a lot of holes on their team.
Yeah.
Not the biggest one yet, but
I mean, the Raiders were mine, but since you already said it, I'm gonna go ahead and say the Chiefs.
Yep. How's it going?
yeah.
How's it
Getting
going?
Kenneth Walker,
Definitely.
you got the first round pick for McDuffie that you obviously weren't gonna pay what the Rams paid him. You got that pick. You got 2 first rounds. Kenneth Walker's coming in. I think the Chiefs had a good day. Not the obviously not the most flashiest day, but I think this sets
They
them,
got the
this
job
sets them
done.
up. This sets them up good.
Yeah, I go Saints. I feel like they were either gonna go in and take Jeremiah Love at the position that they were. They quickly pivoted, saw his combine, and were like, "Yep, no, we're not getting him
Yeah,
unless we're
I
trading
think
up."
they're definitely getting a receiver.
And now you got Travis Etienne, and then you got to add a receiver, and you got a young quarterback. Kellen Moore gets to add Travis Etienne, and maybe like a Carnell Tate, Jordan Tyson,
Jordan
Micah
Tyson.
Lemon. Like, it's not the worst. So I'd say those Saints are probably my winner of the day. A loser of the day. Who do you guys have?
Miami.
Wow. Eating a $99
That's a
$99 million
loss.
cap
Huge
hit
loss.
and then paying $45 million guaranteed on a 3-star quarterback is a little bit diabolical.
I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I still think they need a
quiet
receiver.
day one for them. Like, not a lot of
I
action.
thought they were gonna be the Mike Evans sweepstakes.
Yeah, they did not. There was not any any chatter. I
There's
mean,
still
they got,
Jawan Jennings out there.
they got
but-
DJ Moore, and they're like, we've seen enough.
I'm gonna say the fucking Philadelphia Eagles. Fucking mass
They-
exodus.
yeah.
Everyone fucking left.
Yep.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
didn't sign any. Not that I've seen. I didn't see them sign anyone. Everyone's fucking left. Apparently, Saquon Barkley's been made available. You still got to figure out what you're fucking doing with AJ Brown.
Jalen Carter.
Jalen fucking Carter's been available. So
Apparently he wants out now.
apparently,
Yeah.
well, fuck it. Some of those players, like as soon as you hear your names in trade, fuck it, trade me then. You want to throw my name out? Fuck it, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And that's the type of play. That's the type of person that Jalen Carter is.
Yeah.
Is he can't handle negativity. So as soon as he heard his name, he wants fucking out now.
Oh, you don't want me. And,
That's what I mean. Oh, you don't want me, like.
yeah.
So I'm gonna say fucking Philadelphia Eagles. You got a mass exodus. You got players that cornerstone players that are being
It's
made
crazy how
available.
they
And
were
do you
just
even
Super
want them?
Bowl winners like what 2 years ago, and now
Well, and
it's
then
like
it's what's
everyone just wants out.
One
like, and then
bad
there's
decision.
been the fucking in the murmurings of fucking Jalen Hurts, of drama between him, of them not thinking he's the guy going forward. I mean, that's not made public, but that's been more of a little bit of a leak. But I mean, if you've got Jalen Carter available, if you're making Saquon Barkley available, if AJ Brown's available, like.
Sorry, we had to take a bio break for one of our contestants. We'll let you guys guess which one it is. He's a Steelers fan. He went to do the good old cost what we wanted Sonny Styles to do. Yeah, Philly. Listen. There's no one that rejoices in Philadelphia turmoil more than me. I absolutely love what's going on there. I've had to pick another one, probably the Patriots. I feel like you gotta get maybe some help for Mr. Drake May.
Well, especially since you're not bringing back Stephon Diggs.
Exactly. So I'm like,
Hey, maybe, actually, no. I was gonna say Diggs might go to Buffalo, but they had a
had a
bad
right,
fallout.
He
They
got
had a
the
bad
fuck out of
fallout.
there.
talk about a guy that wants to go to a place like Miami.
Well, what's funny about that guy? He just lost the Super Bowl, lost his girlfriend, lost his job,
Yeah, I don't.
court cases.
I don't. It's just
He's had a rough year already.
it's something in the Diggs genes. It's just they go from the highs to the lows very quickly. It's a very, very hard fall. What's your guys' best value signing of the day? I mean, I think Tua at 1.3 to Atlanta is not bad. I mean, you get a backup and maybe a starter.
I mean, that's got to be. You've got because he's
Yeah.
taking all the guaranteed money from Miami at vet minimum. If it doesn't work out, fucking cut him. It doesn't cost you anything. It is such a low risk, high reward, and it's a one year deal. Like you can get out of it. There's no
I
issue.
really like the Rico Dowdle signing too.
That's a good signing.
I think he fits that organization.
In the world of crazy running back signings, I think that's a pretty good one.
Well, and you got to think too, the Rico Dowdle having the back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, because when he was in Dallas, he wasn't the number one guy right away.
No, they
Same thing with Carolina. He wasn't the number one guy right away. He took over, but he wasn't the number one guy in either of those seasons. And then he took over and got the 1,000
He's still
yard.
fighting for the number one spot in Pittsburgh, but
No, I think he's got it. I think he's got it.
well, I mean, 1-2 punch on that team, then it's fantastic.
But no, it'll be good. It'll be good to see. It'll be good to see what he does in
I also
Pittsburgh.
like the Kenneth Walker signing.
Well, yeah, talking about a big time ballsy signing there. Worst contract? Alec Pierce?
I'm gonna say Alec Pierce.
That's probably my consensus of like Alec Pierce is probably sitting there. Like, I mean, for him it's the best, but I don't understand how he did it. Now we got a little bit of a degenerate question for you, B Sam. Trey Hendrickson. I want you to give me his team that he lands on. People can bet on it. Give me his team that he lands on, and then does he get more than 17.5 sacks next year?
So obviously you've got teams that are front runners. I think a team's going to come out of left field and just like, I don't think it's going to be a team you expect. I think he's going to go somewhere Jacksonville, or I see him going into fucking Tennessee. And then that's why the teams are going out and got their running backs with the Saints and the Chiefs. If the Titans went out and got Hendrickson, and all of a sudden that fourth overall pick, you don't have to take an edge. Now you go and get Jeremiah Love.
Robert Saleh would love that.
Exactly.
Cowboys are currently the favorite right now to land him, which is interesting. But I don't know. That might just be noise. But
I mean,
everyone's linked to Dallas.
but I mean, we were linked to him. I mean, that is one that makes sense. I just think it's going to be a team come out of left field that no one's expecting. I think it's going to be a Jacksonville, or it's going to be. I really think it's going to be Tennessee. I really
the
do.
cap space is there too. Yeah,
They have cap space, and you can pivot because Jeremiah Love right away that solves everything on your offense. I mean, okay, sure, you've got Tony Pollard, but Jeremiah Love, I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And if you can get Hendrickson and now you pivot away, because if you're not getting Hendrickson at Tennessee, you're going edge.
yeah.
So if you get Hendrickson, all of a sudden you can still get another edge if you want. Or now there's Jeremiah Love for you. Generational fucking running back, just right there for you. If you get a guy like Hendrickson, that doesn't cost you anything. Well, it costs you money, but it doesn't cost you assets.
But that's also the thing with Hendrickson. Does he want to go get money or does he want to win? Because you don't go to Tennessee to win.
That's true.
Now.
a lot of young players want the money.
No, there's worse places to live than Nashville with multi-million.
But a lot of young guys, they want the contract.
Yeah.
A lot of veterans, they want the ring.
I don't think
more
the desire for rings is as big in the NFL as it is in like other sports. I just don't see it. I think the window is so small. I feel like
when you get older, it is.
But I feel
if you don't have one.
I think if you're chasing it and you're like a veteran going around, I think so. But I think you look at I think the ring debate is really for the 1% of the NFL. It's for the ring debate that's won multiple and they're chasing each other. Like it's like the Bradys were chasing the Montanas, and now it's Mahomes chasing Brady. Or it'll be the next guy chasing Mahomes. So I think it's like if you're in that 1% and you got all these rings and you're like, fuck yeah, like I'm here, like I want to win so I can chase the next guy. I think that's the debate that happens, where I feel like in hockey and the NHL, your legacy is almost determined on if you were a Stanley Cup winner or not.
Yeah.
There's great players out there that have played and done crazy
But
things.
they also don't get paid the big bucks like the NFL.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, true. But it's a different, there's more viewers, right? So it's like more people are watching the NFL, more eyes, more like revenue, all that stuff. Your career is also shorter in the NFL, which is interesting. You make a lot more money, but you're also playing for a lot.
That's why he's right. He might go to Tennessee.
But it's also
What are
interesting.
treatment
You get paid more, but it's not guaranteed. Whereas like other sports, it's all guaranteed contracts. And I think that's like the big thing when they were almost on strike.
That's the big thing now, and that was the big thing last year. All those second round picks, all the second round picks. They all held out. They all held out.
Yeah.
Because they all were like,
You never know. He might want to end up being a Dallas Cowboy.
Listen, I would
Like I
welcome
said,
him. It would be
It'd
great.
be the favorite, and it makes sense. But I just think it's going to be a team. Because if he really wanted to, I think Jerry Jones would have got him today.
I don't think they want him.
I think they want him,
No,
but
but I
at
don't
the
think they-
price.
I don't think they want him. Sorry.
I think they came in and
That's
said,
the
"This is our
thing.
I
offer."
don't
the
think
right
they.
price.
I don't think
Yeah.
they want him at that price.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah, like I think they're
Some,
like,
some teams gonna overpay.
Well, that was like with Max
That's
Crosby.
right.
We had the first, the second, and was it Oza Digizua?
yeah.
And then Baltimore came with the 2 first, and Dallas is like, we're not giving you 2 first. We just got 2 first for Micah.
But what I'm curious to know is what was the Philadelphia Eagles offer, and was it worth it trying to ruin the Cowboys' potential to trade for Max Crosby to then now you have a guy wanting out in Jalen Carter? Because I think that's what happened. If I've talked to some sources in Dallas, and they said the Philadelphia Eagles came in there, they had no intention of making a serious offer. They stirred some shit, and the Raiders said, would you take a Jalen Carter for Max Crosby deal? Like, would you take Jalen Carter be involved in the deal? Philadelphia talked. They went hee hee ha ha, great stuff. And they said, yeah, we can think about that. And that's where the leak started, where Raiders, apparently the leak came from the Raiders side, where the Raiders were basically like, hey, they were willing to trade Jalen Carter to us for Max Crosby. And they went out and said that to Baltimore. And Baltimore then ponied up the 2 first. So they almost used the Philadelphia Eagles as leverage.
I'm glad that didn't happen.
But what's funny in all of that is the Eagles had no intention of doing business. They were just making sure that the Cowboys didn't get to do business. And now you might have lost Jalen Carter anyways. So that's just...
And
you might have just lost everybody.
You just lost Blankenship, Nakobe Dean,
Jalen Phillips.
Jalen Phillips.
But
And then you still got, like you said, apparently they've made Saquon Barkley available. You got to figure out what AJ Brown, if he wants to stay or if he wants to actually fucking go. Like, Philly's a mess right now.
it will be great times for Philadelphia fans all around the world when they overpay for Trey Hendrickson as an efforts to try to keep their defense not terrible, but I guess like you lose Jalen Carter, good luck. Like I don't know what to tell you. Horrible stuff. I love it though. I love it. Fellas, some last hard hitting questions. So Tua went from $53 million to a vet minimum in one off season. Name a celebrity or athlete whose fall from grace matches this exact energy. Go ahead.
Oh, fuck.
Who's bombed this bad?
Apparently us right now.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
I can't remember which quarterback was in that spot last.
It doesn't have to be a quarterback. It could be any sport, any celebrity, anything.
Well, I mean, Matt Tateo had a pretty big.
That was
Yeah.
a pretty big fall from grace. Yes, that was.
I'll go with Britney Spears at a big fall.
That
She
was
in the
also
media
true.
last week.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Are we
Yeah.
getting that DUI
We
now?
go
Fuck.
full Diddy and say P Diddy.
P Diddy also
Yeah.
had a major fall from grace.
Fucking T.I. is about to have him fall from grace if this fucking beef keeps going on with 50. 50 is going to bury him.
Wait, T.I. is trying to beef
T.I.?
with
Yeah.
50 Cent?
Have you not been following this shit?
No.
This versus shit?
Oh God, T.I. It's brother. It's not going to be good,
Dude, T.I.'s son's getting into it with fucking making fun of 50 Cent's mom.
Did
Oh, wow.
they? Okay, so how many of 50?
And then Papoose came out, rocking Diddy, and Diddy just came out with that whiteboard. Man.
how many of 50 Cent's baby mamas do you hear complaining out on social media? Very rarely. You hear very little.
Just his son.
But like,
Son who thinks $8,000, he needs more than like $8,000 a month or whatever
but like
to live in New York or whatever.
you cannot fuck with 50 Cent. Don't do it. Stop while you're ahead.
Well, look who's in the corner. You got 50 Cent, you got Eminem, you got Dre.
Oh, dear
Like,
God.
what? Do you really want to go up against that? Ask Ja Rule, ask Benzino.
Yeah.
my
Fucking Machine Gun Kelly fucking changed genres because of him. Like,
I think my fall from grace would probably be Jeremy Lin. That'll be a throwback. Lin Sanity was a crazy time, and then he just went like absolutely down the drain into the toilet, and now he's just talking about how Kobe Bryant was mean to him and the Lakers. I'm just like, shut up, Jeremy, shut up.
What about Johnny Manziel? That's another one.
Was Kobe nice to anybody on his team?
Yeah, I'm like, just 'cause I don't think
He wants to win.
I don't think Kobe was there to
Win
make
at all
friends.
costs, man. That was Kobe,
I
man.
don't think
Win
he
at all
was- I don't
costs.
think
He
he was-
didn't give a shit.
I was thinking he was there to make friends. Johnny Manziel, I guess you could say so, but I don't think Johnny Manziel ever went to the heights of making $53 million a year.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, if Johnny Manziel had actually gone up and like been like,
There was
okay,
the other guy, Manti Te'o. Was that
Manti
the guy?
Te'o, yeah.
Catfished.
yeah, he's still also that was a fall from grace because he was a Heisman winner, right?
Yeah, he was going to be like
He was going to be
fifth overall.
fifth overall,
Or like
so-
top 5
Yeah,
at least.
yeah. Hey, now would be a good time for some gay Sunny style.
Jamarcus Russell. How about Jamarcus Russell?
Oh fuck.
Can we get
That
the
blank DVD.
Can we get the Sunny Style rumor swirling here?
Yeah.
Maybe a Caleb Downs rumor. Anybody just start swirling. David Bailey.
You just want everybody now.
I want somebody to fall.
Someone fall to 12 and then
There's
someone
gonna
else
be-
fall to 20.
Don't
Yeah.
worry, there'll be some name that will fall. Because you got the fucking Jets and the Browns picking high. They're going to pick some stupid
Ty
name.
Simpson, congratulations.
You're a Cleveland Brown.
You're
Cleveland
Cleveland Brown.
Apparently, he is linked to Cleveland.
Of course he is.
Of
Every
course he
fucking
is.
quarterback.
That'd be the most Cleveland
would-
Brown thing to fucking do. Draft
you-
a fucking
yeah.
quarterback.
If you went into like their war room, they probably have a big board, and every 1 through 10 is probably a quarterback. Quarterback. They just got them all.
Jesus Louise. If today's free agency was a Netflix show genre, which one would it be? So you go heist movie, reality TV, horror, soap opera, comedy.
I like to see it as reality TV.
Yeah.
The one that I can
I miss
think
watching
of,
The Ballers.
Yeah.
Ballers was good.
Ballers was a
Yeah.
good show.
with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. Ballers
I
was
wish
a
they
good
did that
show.
with NFL free agency.
Well, you're
Yeah.
lucky because the you know how bad the Giants were that one year they did NFL offseason?
Yeah.
The Giants were so bad that they got rid of Saquon Barkley
Yeah.
in that year. And then no other team has signed up for it out of fear of what would happen to them if they did it, because it makes the Giants look so bad. So I really hope there's some I want to know Alec Pierce. What was going on in the Colts war room when they're like, yep, making this guy the highest paid wide receiver free agent. Let's go. Let's do it. I would say this was a pretty comedic day. I think out of when you look at all the money floating around and you look like this is possibly the big for Raiders fans, for example, they ain't win anything all year other than the draft lottery, I guess, which wasn't really a lottery, but look at them making moves. So I would say comedy, it's pretty funny to watch some of these teams go nuts.
yeah, comedy, reality TV, fuck.
Kind of a
it was
horror
a
for
show, fuck.
Some teams.
Oh yeah. There's Buffalo.
Definitely didn't
looking at you.
disappoint.
No,
They definitely
no.
didn't disappoint.
No.
No, at one point I thought they would stop. I was around noon here in BC and West Coast, and I was like, you know what? I think they're gonna stop. And this is gonna be over. It's gonna be quiet down. And nope, they have just kept going.
Yeah.
So props to them. All right, fellas, ready for a hot take? Malik Willis, top 10 QB by week 8 of 2026. Yes or no?
No.
Not a chance. I think he gets benched.
No.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
He gets benched.
I think he's going to get benched. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Fuck him.
Who is it for Quinn Ewers?
He's a fraud.
Hey, Quinn Ewers. Hey, shout out. That's gonna be a very expensive benching.
Wasn't Malik Willis on the same team? He was in Tennessee, right? And their other QB was that Mayo eating fuck, Will Levis.
Well, Levis.
He couldn't even beat out Will Levis. Come on, man.
Yeah, he
But
was
he
on
also went to Green Bay and learned a lot.
Yeah, he did.
That's like a QB factory.
Willis
Yeah.
was in Tennessee in 2022. He was a 3rd-round pick, 86th overall. You know what? Good for him for getting his money, man. College Park, Georgia.
I think Kyler Murray's going to end up getting money.
Oh God.
Some
Oh, dear.
team's going to.
I don't think so.
Some
I think
team's
it's
gonna
be a
pony up together.
two-year incentive, heavy incentive.
Oh dear. All right. Well, fellas, we were supposed to do a little mock draft, a little something, but we are just recorded the shit out of this episode. We haven't done one of these in a while. It's we had so much shit to say. It was a beautiful time. Fellas, until next time, I hope you guys are tuning in. If you have not subscribed to us, subscribe on YouTube, Red Zone Blitz Podcast. If you do not follow us, Red Zone Blitz Pod on the socials, Red Zone Blitz Podcast at gmail.com is the email to send us anything. Brandon, what kind of messages should Philly fans be sending you right now?
Talk all the shit. I want all the smoke.
Yeah, we would love to hear from you. We would love to get to know you. We would love to know what was in your brain that you thought was a good idea that you decided to cheer for the absolute shitsville known as the Philadelphia Eagles. Until next time, which should be pretty soon. I think we're dropping another one of these in a couple days here. I'm your host, G.
Brandon.
I'm Matt.
KK.
And we're out. See you guys next time.